said, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life were cast into the lake of fire. You don't want him to check that other book of damnation, but you want to do a few things for the Lord, and the Lord will have mercy on you. And that's the reason why that he told me to study and see what it is and what you need to do to get in him, because that time is coming to where you gonna want to hear one day that you're gonna say, Lord.
Hello, honey.
Good afternoon, everybody. On this Monday afternoon, we got some stuff to talk about. What's up, everybody, on this Monday afternoon? How you guys doing? Holding up the beginning of this week. It's the beginning of the fucking week. We're going to be doing a little Monday morning quarterback today, talking about the NFL for a little bit. The main topic for today's stream is what's going on in the Middle East, and Benjamin Netanyahu just spoke. Our government is all fucked up. There's American hostages overseas right now. This schmuck Biden just gave all this money to Hamas, basically, who used the weapons and the money that we gave them to slaughter Jews. And just wanted to come on and touch on this shit today. Crazy shit going on right now if you're paying attention to it. But yeah, pretty fucked up shit. But what's going on, guys? How are you guys doing in the chat? Shout out to the chat, to the foul mouth chat. I definitely got some football games right yesterday. It's a pretty good day for me, for football. So I wanted to talk about that too. And the shit that's going on right now in the Middle East is crazy. You're hearing all these stories of all this shit going on. Plus, I want to talk about some drama too today. We had some asshole in the comment section threatening to call my kids' schools again, and I'm like, well, basically they're both out of that school, so go ahead and call anyway. You can call if you like. And you're sitting there trying to wonder why someone would come on and want to fuck around and say stupid shit and go after somebody. And I'm thinking, like, what do I do that pissed this person off? They want to threaten to call my kid's school, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. It's miserable fucking people who sit behind a keyboard and they are either so miserable with their lives or jealous, or I don't know what the fuck it is, that they have to make fucking idle threats behind a keyboard like a fucking little pussy. And I guess it just comes with the territory. Look at the world we live in at this point. It's full of hateful, just mind-numbing fucking idiots. And you got to stay clear of that shit, or else they try to suck you in, So we'll talk about that too. What's going on, you guys in the chat? What's up, Mr. Steven Nickel Chunks, Costanza? What's going on with you? Volp, what's up, buddy? How you doing? How you guys doing, man? I hope good. Yesterday was good. The Jets. Holy fucking shit. The Jets. It wasn't like they were playing some great fucking team yesterday, the New York Jets, but they did pull out a win somehow, some way. The fucking Jets pulled a win out of their asses yesterday. So I'm very happy about that. It was a pretty good win. And once again, the Jets defense won them the game. So that was pretty cool. That was a big win for the Jets yesterday. The other big game that I was talking about all week was the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers, which, if you're a Dallas fan, didn't end too well for you guys. The fucking San Francisco 49ers are the real deal. And that dude, he's got a purty little mouth on him. You sure do got a purty little mouth on you, boy. I fuck that mouth like you would never fucking understand. You got a purty little fucking mouth upon you, boy. That quarterback Purdy, bro, he's fucking great, man. Yeah, the 49ers won their game. The other blowout game that I told everybody, hey, listen, this is a fucking shoo-in, this game. This game is a fucking complete shoo-in, was the Goon. What's up, brother?
It's the motherfucking Goon on a Monday afternoon.
Grab your conspiracy cap, Ken. Do you believe the emergency alert last week was foreshadowing preparations for facilitating safety precautions within our country if Teresa war?
Dude, I totally believe that. I mean, shit just doesn't happen. Everything is calculated, They do this test of all our cell phones last week. All this shit happens this week. My wife, Shannon, made a great point, and so did Mello on the stream Saturday night, about how this shit all looked planned out, and like how no like country or government or Secret Service type people picked up on the chatter that this was going to go down, because this was all planned out perfectly to a T. This was planned out to go and grab women, children, and anyone else that they can see on the streets and grab them and either kill them or bring them back to where they could hold them hostage. It was all planned out. We're talking thousands of people killed in the last like 3 or 4 days. This is fucking insane. Thousands of people killed in the last 3 or 4 days. And it was all planned out. So, yeah, I think the alert thing that happened in New York, and right now New York City is fucking, it's out of control, New York City right now. There are, okay, so AOC and her little clique of people in the Senate turned around and are basically taking the side of Hamas. Because when you say to them, "Oh, you're going to take the side of a faction that would kill women and children," they're like, "Well, Israel kills women and children too, innocent women and children too," and they did. They do. There's no doubt about it. They do. So I could see how both sides think they're right, but the initial act, which was by Hamas, was to go into areas where there were no fucking military people and just kill or take hostage whoever they wanted to, and they did. They killed women and children and took whatever hostages they wanted, and there are many American hostages now over there, and our country definitely ain't gonna do shit about it, because our president doesn't give a fuck, to be honest with you guys. Does not give a fuck. You guys know that. So what's this all gonna come to? What's the ending result here? Are we just gave them all kinds of money and we got some hostages back from them, right? So now they just took, of course, if you're gonna go give them money and get your hostages back from them, well, what's the first thing they're gonna do? They go out and get more hostages for more money. Hey, these guys are paying for hostages, so let's go out, let's get some more. Hopefully we can grab American and Israel, and fucking Jews, and they did. They grabbed Americans, Jews, and now there's much more hostages than they had in the first place. So what did that exactly do? What did our government exactly do for that? Like nothing at all. So yeah, I think that definitely, it coincides with what's going on in our country. and how we react to things, and our government is so fucking just lame at this point. It's like, of course these people are going to do whatever the fuck they want. Why wouldn't they? You know? Why wouldn't they? So, yeah, we got all that going down today, and definitely wanted to talk about that for a little here. And like I said, football was fun yesterday. Got to watch the Jets fucking win a game. That felt good. Unfortunately, the Giants got their asses kicked, which I knew. And like I was saying before, the one game that I picked two games that were no-brainers, okay? One of them was a half-point spread. The New Orleans Saints and the once a great fucking organization, a great fucking winning coach, and a dynasty, is now just a broken fucking horrible franchise and horrible coach. This coach is, you could tell now, without Brady, this team, this franchise ain't shit. I mean, it's pretty evident now. New England, I think, is outscored like 60 some odd points to 3 in their last 6 quarters of football. Bill Belichick is actually, he hasn't got his ass whipped this bad since he was a coach of the Cleveland Browns, 30 years ago. And he has no answers, obviously. Tommy the Pooh!
Ken, I no longer want to be known as Tommy 2010. Please call me Tommy the Pooh. Thank you.
You got it, man. Tommy actually hit me up yesterday and was super fucking pissed off at me for the shit I said about his TikToks and all that shit. And he was like, do we have a problem? And I'm like, no, we don't have a problem. Why? And he was like, oh, people hit me up and told me all the horrible shit you were saying. And I was like, okay, what horrible shit was I saying? And he was like, my TikToks suck and blah, 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 and this and that. And I was like, Tommy, I don't have a problem. Tommy the Pooh, I don't have a problem, but I was just being honest. You don't put much effort into your TikToks. And I was honest with him when he called me. I was like, that's honestly how I feel. You don't put much effort into it. You just do it. And I said, did you hear the parts that I said good things about you? And obviously he didn't. But and then I explained to him that I said, listen, Tommy, I told everybody that, yeah, you do all these fucking videos that you don't put much effort into, but once in a while you get an eggs on the top of the car video or a leafy response video that blows up. And, I told my cousin and whoever else was on when I was talking about it at the time, of like, hey, he's more of a quantity guy over a quality guy. And there are people out there that are quantity guys. They're not quality guys. They don't bring quality. They bring quantity. In their mind, the more they're on, the more they say, the more shows they do, the better. And there might be people out there that say, you know what, man, the more the better. And those are people who like quantity over quality. I'm a quality guy. If I could have a little bit of it and it's great, I'd rather do that than to be bombarded with shit that, then it becomes watered down. It becomes old, And there's a very thin line with that. But I told Tommy, you obviously didn't hear the good things. And at the end of the day, of course, I think Tommy's, a talented dude because he's funny. He takes chances. He does things that, other people won't do. Now, is that because he's chasing fame? It might be. Or is it because he's just a funny guy? I don't know. All I know is there are some things that he does that it's talented. There are things in the past that he's done that are talented. But I told him as a friend, because he called me up and he was pissed, I said, hey, are you going to be mad? You want me to lie to you? Do you want me to sit there and tell you that you're fucking great and every video you have is great? Or do you want me to be honest with you? You want me to kiss your ass, or do you want me to be honest with you? So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Even if you're my friend, I'm not going to sit there and tell it's all great, because it's not. He don't put much effort into his shit. And in the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about losing weight and getting on track and doing it together and making it like a contest, a friendly contest. And he's not even into that. And even when people offer money to him, which he loves and he needs, He's still not into it. And I'm like, so when he called me up, I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Sugarcoat it and act like everything's great and everything's, hunky-dory? No. I told him straight up, dude, you don't want to fucking do anything anymore. You don't put much effort into anything anymore. You don't. And he doesn't. He doesn't put much effort into anything anymore. That's the truth. So, do you want me to lie as a friend? Or do you want me to tell the truth? So I told him the truth. You don't look like, you don't put much effort into shit, Well, my TikToks are good and I try my best with them. And I'm like, I get that. Maybe next time you go and do a voiced TikTok thing, maybe listen to the words a couple of 20, 30 times before you start to sync them. And that's what it's called. It's called syncing. You're not syncing anything. You're fucking it up more than anything. You know what I mean? You're not syncing shit. Okay? You're not. You're really not. So, Tommy's got to work on that a little bit. You know what I mean? But, it's no hard feelings. And he was kind of pissed at the shit we said. And we were laughing at the TikToks and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, sorry you feel that way. But I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or anything. But that's just the way it is. So, kind of left it at that. With Tommy. And now if Tommy wants to come on and talk to me about it, he knows he's more than invited. Also with Tommy, I don't need him on my streams. I don't ask him to come on my streams. I don't fucking call him up during the day and line him up to come on my streams. I don't fucking hint towards coming on. If he wants to come on, he knows the nights I'm on. If he doesn't and he sees me online and he wants to come on, he's more than invited. He knows that. And I saw a couple of comments about having certain people on my live streams from people that I've never seen in my chats before, obviously. And they're like, why do you let this guy on? And why do you let that guy on? And it's like, are we past that as a fucking group of people already? Like, if I have somebody on you don't like, get over it or stop watching. Complain about it, have your voice heard, and then, there's no reason to fucking hold a grudge after that. It's like, oh, this guy has a problem with that guy. You don't want this guy on, then that guy on, and this guy comes on. And to tell you the truth, that's why I mostly stream with just my friends now, and I don't really take a lot of calls. But, like I was telling everybody, I'm going to be in that room within the next 2 weeks. And when I do, I am putting a new phone line out there. So I'm going to be having a lot of random-ass people on. Good, bad, ugly, you name it soon. So I'm going to have the random-ass callers again, all that shit. So you might hear some people you might not like. Or you might hear some people you're like, holy shit, how did that guy get on? So that we're going back to that. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry you feel that way. But somebody was complaining about Minnesota Vikings fan being on because they had a fight with him and they say he's a scumbag. And yes, he's done scumbag-ish shit. But so has a million other fucking people. So let's get over that. But I got to get threatened to have my kids' schools called again. He put this guy on, threatened to have his kids' school called. Call this school. They don't even go there anymore. So have fun doing that. Because they don't even go there anymore. And you don't know what college they go to. You don't know where they are. So have fun with that. You got to threaten kids' schools again, right? And I'm not even saying it's the original person that said that to me. I don't know who the fuck it is. It's obviously probably not him. I don't know who the fuck it is. And I don't care who it is because obviously if they're going to sit there behind a keyboard and threaten shit, they're pussies. But I'll have the phone line by the next 2 weeks. And if those pussies want to call in, the number's going to be out there for everybody. And they can call in at any time. So, and in this world we live in right now with all the shit that's going on and innocent children being dragged out into a street and knifed in the throat. Because I saw a video last night that fucking just was on my mind for the longest time, and it still is, of this kid being dragged out into the street and just have a fucking knife thrown into his throat and just beheaded basically out in the middle of the street where he lives. Could you imagine that, being a kid? Being a small innocent kid on the streets that you drive your bike around on and have lived your life, and all of a sudden, for no reason at all, you're snuffed out and you're worried about who I'm putting on my streams. You're worried about calling my kids' schools, right? When this is all going on. See, that's the type of fucking priorities that I'm talking about. Like these people who do these things and threaten people and try to push people away from my channel and push people away from other channels in the past. This is what they are. It's like misery loves company. This is who they are. What you're seeing on screen right now. This is what those people are. They want death, destruction, fear, fucking anguish and hate. They want it. But they can't get it from me because you know what? No matter what hits me in my life, no matter the bad things, no matter the good things, I'm here and I'm always going to be me. You're not going to scare me. You're not going to push me out. I would have left already. I would have left years ago. I ain't going fucking nowhere. You hear that? Knock on fucking wood. I ain't going nowhere. The only one that can take me out is God and myself. That's it. So as long as God lets me be here, I'm going to put myself here. I ain't going fucking nowhere. You're not going to scare me. You're not going to push me out. You're not going to threaten me out like you have to so many other fucking people in this community that have left. Good and bad people. Some of them, it's better off we don't have them here. But some of them were good fucking people, had to be pushed the fuck out by miserable, hurtful scumbags. Miserable, hurtful pieces of shit. Fuck them. You don't intimidate me, and you never will. Suck a fat dick. You know what I mean? Suck a big old dick. Okay, so the Patriots, I said, were definitely going to be a lock in losing this week. They were a 0.5 point favorite over the New Orleans Saints at home. And what happened in that game, I said, if you are a betting man and you have money, go bet this game. I know the spread on it is 0.5 fucking point. You don't get much closer than that, obviously. Bet this game, bet New Orleans. Guaranteed win right here. And it was. They blew them out like 34 to fucking nothing. I knew that game was not no 0.5 point fucking spread. Some of these people who make up these spreads are fucked up individuals. How do they get a 0.5 point spread out of that game is beyond me. And these people are in Vegas picking these spreads and putting it out there for the rest of the world to go on. And people are betting to their spreads that they're picking. Oh, you know what? This New Orleans games and the Patriots are there 0.5 point. They're so well matched up. No bullshit. No bullshit. Bullshit. I knew New Orleans was going to blow them out of the water because you know what? The Patriots are fucking horrible. They're worse than the Jets. They are worse than the fucking Jets, the Patriots. They have a quarterback who cries when he gets injured. Okay? I know our quarterback ain't much better and he's a little prima donna bitch that can't even play. I get that. But the Patriots are horrible. They're not good. Their coach is not good. The franchise is headed down the shitter. Plain and simple. They're not going to have another winner for a long time. For a long time. They might as well as signed their fucking franchise soul to the devil because they just will not win for a very long fucking time. So Minnesota is in the chat right now and he's saying, wow, nothing new. Well, listen, I don't know whose crew it is. I don't know who's saying it because it's said under a fake keyboard name. You know what I mean? If people wanted to be real about it, why don't they come on and fucking tell me why you don't want Minnesota on the fucking show? Why don't you tell me live? You know? Why don't you? And they're going to have their opportunity pretty soon here in the next couple of weeks when I get the phone line open back up and we start fucking doing old-fashioned streaming, bro, on Saturday and Fridays and whatever else fucking days coming soon. And I'll open up the phone lines, and if anybody wants to fucking come on here and tell me why he shouldn't be on people's streams and what he's done that's any different from anything that anybody else has done, you know? Many people have said, oh my God, so many people threaten other people so much now. It's like there should be nobody out there that people have a problem. He's talking to him, this one's talking to that one, this one's live streaming with that one. I don't have a problem with who fucking interacts with who. You see me going over to people and saying, if you interact with this guy, I'm not going to talk to you no more. No, I don't say that. I don't say that to anybody. Because I don't give a fuck. What you do on your own fucking time is your own business. I don't give a fuck. It has nothing to do with me. Blow me. The fuck out of here with that shit. Go fucking tell someone who cares. You want to threaten me and my kids' schools? Eat my ass out. How about that? And if I meet up with you, I probably would take a shit on your chest. But you're too afraid to meet up with somebody. You just want to stay on the keyboard. I get it. I get it. To other people, you're a big tough guy, but in reality, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. And you know who you are. So, I'll put on whoever the fuck I want. How about that? I've always done that, and I'll continue to do it. And you ain't stopping me. How about that? You can't get rid of my channel. You can't get rid of me. How about that? How about that? How about we go outside? Want to step outside? How about that? You know? How about that? You ain't going to stop me. How about that? Minnesota the Leak. There he is in the chat. Mr. Sean's View. The phenomenal one. The incredible one. The inseparable one. The incessible one. Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling today. Oh, my God. Hey. I know many people hate me, Ken. If it was me, I can go any or leave. I apologize, Ken. No, has nothing. What? What? I know many people hate me, Ken. If it was me, I can go anyway or leave. No, dude, has nothing to do with you, Sean's View. Nothing to do with you. I appreciate you coming in here and coming into my chat, bro, honestly. Shout out to you, bro. I have no issue with you at all, dude. None at all, bro. You do your thing. You don't hurt nobody, bro. You're just doing your thing. I have no issue with you. Thank you for being in my chat, bro. I appreciate it. Shit. I mean, no, not you, brother. It was a Minnesota Vikings fan who they were saying, why do you put him on? I don't know, you know. But it's always been that way, dude. I mean, I'm sure you know, being a streamer as long as you've been a streamer, I'm sure you, you know that you've had to deal with shit like that probably the whole time you've been on this fucking thing, right? So... man, really having problems with YouTube lately. Like, I go to add people in as monitors and this and that, and I can't. They won't let me do it. It's fucking weird shit. Anybody know about that? The Goon.
So Goon on a Monday afternoon.
How's Chuck? How's your neck? Fingling. Fuck the boy Gars.
The Fingling.
Ken, would you compete in the twat off? I think it's time we had Ken versus Joe or Ken versus Mars.
Ooh. I'll verse anybody, bro. I don't give a fuck. It's all words. You know what I mean? How can you be afraid of words? Words can punch you in the face like a fist sometimes, but, like, they're words, dude. They're fucking words. Words can start wars. I get it. Words can fucking, words can do a lot. I get it. But they're just words. The minute you can control your reaction to just words, that's when you got them all by the balls, bro. Because if words can't hurt you, nothing else will. Nothing else will. You want to throw bones? You want to throw some bows? You want to throw some elbows? You want to throw some fists? Well, you know where I'm at. Everybody knows my address. Other than that, eat a dick. I don't really give a fuck. You don't scare me. You don't intimidate me. None of these motherfuckers intimidate me. No, none of these people. None of them. And I'm talking about the people that try to intimidate you, because not everybody tries to intimidate everybody. We all know the people that try to intimidate people, right? They don't scare me. Not one fucking bit. Not one bit. So, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but I've been through shit in my life that I know words are not going to fuck. Yeah, I used to let words control me here on YouTube when I first started doing it. And I thought it was part of the whole show. And it was. Not anymore for me. I'm in a different area now in my life. I don't really give a fuck. It don't bother me. Say whatever the fuck you want. The minute you threaten and this and that, that's fine. You could threaten too. Threaten to call my kids' schools, threaten to this, threaten to that. That's fine. Don't bother me. Because you could threaten it all you want. Will you actually do it? Maybe. But you ain't going to physically do shit. So fuck off. You ain't doing shit unless you're gonna physically do something to me. I don't give a fuck. Say whatever you want. I barely even react to those fucking retards in the chat. You know, not in the chat, in the comment section. I barely react to those retards. Pathetic. Pathetic fucking people. But you know what? We've all faced that being on YouTube. And all of us been together as long as we have on all these different streams and all these different comment sections and, you know, live chats and all that. It's like, it's a fucking joke at this point. Who gives a fuck? You know? Wait, what are you saying, Goon? Nikki Nines and Mars approved verbal fights. Mars is all in for it. For what? For a verbal fight with me? Over what? I have nothing to fight him over. I have nothing bad to say about the guy. Like, what he does is his own business. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Why? Is that something you would want to see? Just me and somebody I was cool with argue? Like, that's interesting to you? I mean, all right. If that's the shit you want to see. I don't know why you'd want to see that, but all right. I mean, hey, if that's what floats your boat, you know, you probably have to wait a really long time to see me involved in that, you know, unless it was set up and, you know, somebody's got a beef with me, because I don't have no beef with them. I don't have a beef with any one of them. You know, so like, unless I have a beef or it's set up that way, what's the sense? Or unless somebody has a beef with me, which I don't know why they would, or anybody would. I haven't said anything bad about them or anybody else for that matter. And if somebody has a beef with me, well, I'm sure they would tell me. You know, dealing with certain people in the past, I've known them to speak up their mind if they got a problem. If they don't, then put your tail between your legs and go back where you came from. You know what I mean? If you don't have balls enough to say something, then you're a pussy. But yeah, I don't have an issue with them, and I don't know why. I don't know if you're just saying that, like there's something really there. I don't know either way. I haven't heard from them, from Mars or anybody, and I don't think they have a beef with me. I don't have one with them. I haven't talked shit about them or anything, so I don't know why they would. But unless they, who knows? Maybe some of them have heard bullshit rumors or, you know, something like that. I don't know, but I don't know why that would even. I'm surprised with you, Goon, because usually, like, it's like you've been around this shit for so long, you know. Like, I wouldn't even think that would be something you would want to see. Setting up one-on-one verbal showdowns. They tried getting Dave and Scott and Nikki versus RP, etc. Oh, I mean, I thought people didn't like hearing that. Two people just yelling over each other. You know? Like, I thought that's kind of like fucking, you know, pointless. But, you know, confrontation, yeah, all right. I mean, if you're looking for that, I get it. I'm not down with that, though. I'm not going after somebody just to go after somebody that I don't have a beef with or a problem with, you know? There's nothing in it for me, you know? Because I don't have a beef. You know, if I had a beef, I'd be like, yeah, no doubt. Let's talk that out. Let's get together. Or if somebody had a beef with me over some shit, I would come and address it if it was, you know, if they were like, yo, I want to call you out. No problem. I don't have a problem doing that. But I don't think there's a beef there. You know what I mean? I don't disrespect what they do. I don't talk shit about them. I don't hate on them. I don't talk shit behind their backs. I don't fucking dog them out. I don't like certain things they say. Like, I don't even know what they say, to tell you the truth. I haven't heard from them or them in a long time, so I don't even know what they're saying to even have a problem with it, you know. But if they hear something or have a beef with me over something, I would think that they would hit me up. But I mean, if it's something where you're just saying, hey, we're just trying to line people up to have verbal confrontations with each other, then I understand, you know, that could be something that would be fun for some people to see, but I'm the type of guy that I can't fake it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be able to fake it. I got to have a legit beef with somebody, or for them to have a legit beef with me. And honestly, I have no beef with those guys. I don't hate on them. I actually, it's the opposite for me. I hope they're doing good, kids and families and blah, blah, blah. Like, I could never hate on them like that. You know, I knew too much of them to sit there and be like, oh, fuck those guys. You know what I mean? So, and that's just me being honest, you know? I understand some people want to see, you know, and if I was going the money route and going the, you know, the route of, I want to get more eyes on my channel, then yeah, maybe I would fall into that whole thing and just start a beef with somebody I considered to be a good person for no reason other than to just maybe get money or more eyes on my channel. And I'm just not in that realm anymore, you know, and I haven't been for a long fucking time. Arushan Shinchu.
Arushan Shinchu, how are you and your small child, Aru? Some people say that Arushan Shinchu looks like a famous comedian from Saturday Night Live. Yes. Yes. It looks like he does a show in the basement of his house. Back in the mid-90s, early 90s, he did a show with another man, and they used to call him Garth. Hello, Garth. Yes, Garth and Garth Jr. How are you, my friend?
No, you don't look like Garth. Come on, bro. Well, the concept is, if you had beef with anyone, it would be a platform to address it. Yeah, you're right. I agree with that. But yeah, I mean, I know it would probably be better for the channel, but I don't have beef with them, and I don't have nothing bad to say about them. And honestly, fighting them would be pointless, because there's no reason for me to fight with them. I don't hate on them. I don't have a problem with them. And if they have a problem with me, I'm sure they would have came to me. You know? Yeah, I agree with the gamer there. There's a lot of, you know, it's like you going over, what the fuck are we going to beef about, bro? Like, what would we really have to beef about? Yo, I don't like what you said last Saturday, man, about politics. I'm going to fight you for it now, you know? I don't like that you don't call me anymore, bro. Respect me, bro. Like, you don't fucking show me love. You don't fucking shout me out, bro. Like, we got a beef, dude. That's gay shit, bro. That's like, next thing you know, instead of fighting, someone's taking their cock out and the next guy's sucking it. Like, I'm not down with that gay ass shit, bro. Take that gay ass shit somewhere else, bro. You know what I mean? If people want to fabricate beef for numbers and fucking money, go ahead and do it. That's not me, bro. It's not me. Yeah, dude, I tried doing that fucking 8 years ago. You know? Joe Cronin and Dave Rose have a beef. Hey, look at this. I got them both on my stream. I never planned that shit. It always just happened. But I understand what you're saying. It's like, oh, yeah, get them both in a spot where there's, you know, there's a bell and there's rules and you got to follow the rules and, you know, one person at a time and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, you know, I don't know, man. Maybe because I'm older now, it's just, or I'm not like in a Saturday night mode to even want to do that. But no, I really don't want to do that with people I considered friends or good people. You know what I mean? Like, if I was doing that with somebody who's a scumbag, it might work better, you know? But I don't consider those people bad people. Maybe they don't like something I said and they got something to say about it. Okay, it's just words. That's fine. But I don't consider them scumbags. I don't consider them bad people. You know? Nick's a family man now. He was never a bad guy to me. Nick knows I never broke... Let me just turn that off. Nick knows I never broke no, you know, guy code or anything with him. So he wouldn't... I know he doesn't have no beef with me, because why would he? I don't disrespect the guy. I don't have a problem with him. Same thing with Mars. If he didn't like something I said, he didn't like something I said, he made a comment on it. We both said shit, and then that was it. That's as far as it went for me. You know, it's as far as it went for me. Other than that, you know, it's like whatever. You know, I'm sure, like I said before, I don't think that those guys would be into fabricating beef for views either. You know, I know a lot of people that are. I can name them right now. Several names. One of them just called me. But yeah, other than that, it's like, yeah, whatever. Ken, why you keep saying them too? You could just crew out RP. What? Chew out RP. Ken, why you keep saying... I can't see this thing. Wait, hold on. Let me move this. Going... I don't even understand what you're saying, bro. Why you keep saying them too? You could just chew out RP. I'm not speaking about RP. I'm talking about Mars and Nick, like you said earlier. What are you talking about, dude? That's what I said, them too. Because I thought you were talking about Nick and Mars, which you said earlier. I'm not even talking about YR and RP. I'm not even speaking about them. So I don't understand what you're saying, dude. I have no problem using names, bro. I'm not a pussy like that. I'm not gonna fucking not name. I don't know what just happened. I don't know if we're back on yet or not, or really weird shit. All right, I'm back. I don't know what the fuck happened. Yeah, I lost the internet for a second there. They're just organizing the concept, the beef or who you go against could be anybody. Joe and Dave were down. Yeah, I mean, if you want to hear me get into a verbal screaming match with people, I mean, I don't fucking care about that. I'll do it, but whatever. I mean, I gotta really have a reason, bro. You know, like I don't like faking the funk. You know what I mean? Like I can't muster up like real deal problem with people just to, you know, have a confrontation with them. You know what I mean? But I can mix it up. Shit, if you know people want me to throw down words with people, I'm down. I don't give a fuck. I'll be there if it's for the right thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't care. I'm down with that. Are we back on? Are we good? Let me see. No, it just... I'm down. I don't give a fuck. I'll be there if it's for the right thing. You know what I mean? So, hey. What's up? I don't know. I'm live streaming right now, just to let you know. It's all right. Yeah. All right. Love you. Bye. Yeah, I don't care. I'm down with that. I already said that. Ken, shut up. You want me to? I better fight myself. I'll get into a screaming verbal match with myself. Would that be good? Why isn't that back on there? Can you guys hear me? Tell me in the chat if we're good. Ken's forward, not back. How can he be back when he's forward? No, I'm not even back. I'm neck.
I'm all neck. You know what I mean? How's your neck? I'm all neck. I'm all neck, Jax. You know? Gareth.
Gareth, I'm all neck, Gareth. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me turn this thing back on. Yeah, I got no time for fucking just weird people anymore, bro. Like, it's just annoying to me more than anything now. Just fucking annoying people. Ken's gonna be so mad. He's gonna be mad. I mean, all we said was he's got a tree house. I mean, he's gonna be... Nah, really didn't give a fuck that you said that. Didn't care. Not mad. See, motherfuckers fucking, like, you don't realize what I am and who I am by now, like, then you shouldn't be watching me. Honestly. You should just fuck right off. If you don't know who I am by now, don't even bother anymore. Honestly. I'm not here to hurt people. I'm not here to fabricate or to lie or to fucking, I'm not the NFL. Everything's scripted. You know what I mean? I'm not here for that shit. I'm here for the real dealness, the raw fucking emotion, real deal shit. Wherever it goes, that's where I go. If it gets fucking chompy and horrible, then I'll go. If it gets fucking good and fun, then I'm there. It's all natural. All natural. So, if the people who watch me want to see me fucking involved in something like that, then I'll do it. But if they're like, that's stupid, and they don't want to see it, then I don't want nothing to do with it. Honestly. If people want to see me fabricate bullshit just to have a verbal interaction with somebody, then if that's what people want to see, then I'll fucking do it then, I guess. I don't know. I'll fucking do it, I guess. Unlisted. Privacy. Why is that saying that? What the fuck? Here we go with this shit. This is what I mean. YouTube and all this shit, crazy. It gets all fucked up. Why, what do you want, bro? Like, what do you want? Why is that like that now? What the fuck happened? Dude, this is so fucking weird. This is so weird what's going on right now. I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know if I'm even online right now. Hold on. Why, what do you want, bro? Like, what do you want? Why? All right, I'm on. Here we go. There we go. Now I'm back. All right. Yeah, YR tried calling me. I don't know, what are you calling me for, bro? We have nothing to say to each other. I don't hate you. I don't have a problem with the fucking treehouse shit. I don't have a problem with all the horrible shit RP says about. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I had to beg these guys to leave me the fuck alone. Stop calling me. That's how bad it was. It was nonstop. I don't have beef. The only beef I have is when they fucking don't listen and respect me. Because I respect them. I don't fucking give them shit. I don't fuck. You know how many times I've gotten phone calls and messages from YR saying, can you please not say this, or please don't do that, or please don't. And how many times I respected the guy and didn't do it, or didn't say it anymore, or didn't go that route anymore, or you know how many times I did that? A lot. And it's now I get harassed again with multiple fucking phone calls to say what? To say what?
I'm not harassing.
Say what then? What do you have to say to me? What?
The reason for the school things is people are mad, and it's whatever. You can have whatever.
People are mad. I had Minnesota Vikings on. Really?
It's a Danny situation.
You put Minnesota Vikings on. It's a Danny situation? Really? Because I had Danny on so much. I have Danny on, so I think you have Danny on more than I do.
Well, that's
so how could it be a Danny situation with me when you have him on more than I do?
Well, we all made a decision a couple of days ago that he's blocked and banned, so we did change on
that. Okay, so was Danny on my stream?
No.
No. So then why am I getting? Why am my daughters have to be threatened then? If he wasn't on my stream.
Well, I know it's
pretty stupid, right?
It is, but
exactly.
The reason I'm trying to give you the reason is because Danny was in asking for the ranch, and when everyone else has him blocked, basically. And that's all. And that's not my decision and stuff, but I'm just a messenger. Like you guys decide on who gets blocked and who doesn't as like a whole. I decide that on my own. You know what I mean? And I tell them not to add you on calls recently, Brown and everyone, all of them. I get pissed when they add you on calls, so I've been trying to not, do all that
See,
stuff.
that's the thing, though. I would have come to so many calls, but you guys fucking, it's like you don't think of me as a friend, so there's no sense for me to do that. I'm not a friend, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I'm not a friend to you.
ERP, everyone thinks you're a friend of ours.
No, obviously
honest.
I'm not, because if I was, you'd show me respect, and you don't show me respect.
I do. What do you mean?
No, you don't show me respect, bro. You don't
Well,
give a
why?
like
It's
because when I
actually
come to
when-
you guys and you tell me you want me on the stream with you guys, it'd be nice if I called in and I spoke and I hung out and I actually do it and I say to you guys, hey, these are the nights that I can't fuck around. You know what I mean? Do me a favor, don't fuck with me and call me 55 fucking times on these nights and we won't have a problem. And then it happens anyway. That just leads me to believe that you're like, hey, fuck him, man. Call him whenever you want, bro. Fuck him. Fuck what he said to us.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I've told multiple people in the past couple weeks to leave Ken alone and everything.
And no one would have had to leave me alone. No one would even had to have left me alone.
Stop.
If it wasn't
That's
for
all.
people fucking being scumbags and trying to harass motherfuckers, and when they don't come on, you sit there and say, "Oh, look, it doesn't look like that works anymore, YR. It doesn't look like the way that we used to do that works anymore because he's not paying attention to it." When I hear something like that, that tells me these dudes aren't your friend. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. When you're sitting there making a comment like that, well, I guess our tricks don't work anymore to suck them in. That's like, what? I was ready. I was willing to come on without that. I would have came on without that. You know, but all of a sudden it's got to be turned into, you know, that bullshit. It's like, why would I bother with that? And then the whole logic of, oh, this is why people are threatening to call your kid's school. So now I obviously know who it is. Number one, by you saying that. Number two, why would people threaten to call my kid's school because you have Danny on? When the fuck have I had Danny on? When was the last time Danny was on my shit?
Well, no, hold on a minute. A couple of days ago, there's people on shows talking about the schools openly on shows.
What do you mean?
I thought that's what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about people in the comment section saying, we're going to call your kid's school, Ken. We're going to call their school.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Where they don't even go to school anymore. Like, you know how dumb that makes this person look or sound?
That's
Like,
exactly what happened, Ken. A couple of days ago on our P stream, me and Scott mentioned, you know, he's going to call the schools, and I said, Scott, they're not even in high school anymore, type thing.
so,
You know.
so you're telling me that Scott said he was going to call my kid's schools again?
Well, it's on the stream.
Well, what is it for? What was it for? What was the reasoning for? Because I imitated him?
Because Danny is going after Scott, talking to his nieces, talking about.
Okay,
nieces,
what the
pussy,
fuck does that have to do with
everything.
me? What does that have to do with me?
So I get that, but Scott's mad that whoever has Danny around, which this happened to me in the past, if I have Scott around, I'm dead meat. So, you know, it's a tit for tat, I guess.
Dude, Scott's a lost fucking soul, bro. The guy's obviously, it's like, oh, if you don't fall in line and listen to exactly what I say, I'm just going to have to threaten you now. I'm just going to have to threaten you now. And
That's what Dave Rose does. What are you talking about?
okay, we're not talking about Dave Rose right now. Are we talking about Dave Rose right now, or are we talking about that? What are we talking about here? So what does that mean? Because Dave Rose does it, you shouldn't talk about him doing it. What does that mean, what you just said? What does that have to do with it? What does Dave Rose have to do with what we're talking about right now? Because Dave Rose is a scumbag, that means I can't fucking say something about a scumbag fucking with me? Like, that makes no sense. What does Dave Rose have to do with what we're talking about right now?
Scott's not the only one, you know.
And your point is, what's your point, though? Scott's talking about my kids' schools then, right? Is Dave Rose talking about my kids' schools? No.
Not yet.
No. He's not. Not yet? I know the guy fucking 8 years. Has he done it yet? No.
And then don't trust anyone, Ken. That's all I'm saying.
I don't need to trust anyone. I trust the people I stream with. That's who I trust. I trust the people I stream with. If you see them on my stream, I trust them and think of them as a friend. The people I stream with every Saturday night. Those are the people I trust.
But the Mars and Nikki thing, it's only one issue, and it's not that difficult. It's not a conspiracy. They both came back, and they're all talking to Joe, and they all want to do the show with Joe now, and not you. The show that y'all did before, nothing like that. So,
dude,
like,
I could give two fucks, bro. If those people want to go hang out with Joe, go hang out with whoever the fuck. It's none of my business. Why does that bother you?
Got to quit Joe Cronin's show coming on and start going on yours for some reason. It's like there's something there. Like obviously there's an issue.
Why does that bother you that they want to do that?
It doesn't. There's just something there. You mentioned before that Mars and Nikki and the people want to debate with you and all that shit and on some show and you're talking before, like all these people.
Well,
are gonna do
that's
some
what
games?
Goon is saying.
Right.
I don't know if that's true. If they want to debate with me, what do they want to debate with me? There's nothing to debate. What's there to debate?
Kind of gay. To be honest.
Yeah, it is. It's like next thing you know, one of them's going to take their cock out and start 69 on each other. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in some faggot shit. You know what I mean? Which I don't even know if they have anything to do with. And if they did, then I don't know. I would.
Yeah.
Hey, best of luck.
I don't back those gay debate bullshit things because it's not natural.
Yeah,
like
it's
you said.
faggot shit. You know, I'll give me $500 right now, and I'll debate Scott. Give me $500 right now. Well, trust me, it's not worth $5. So you know, like I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Well, listen, obviously, me and SC and other people we do talk to Scott, so I am trying my best to keep everything cool, if that makes sense.
That doesn't make any sense
You're
because
a scumbag liar, YR.
ladies and gentlemen, Dave Rose.
YR. And there he goes.
Why did you
There he
leave?
goes. No, this whole bullshit, like, because he's an idiot. No, they didn't say they were going to go back to work with Joe or anything like that. Mars had this idea of getting people that argue with each other to debate in a cordial manner called a twat off, and he suggested all these different people and stuff. And YR's now, again, as always, trying to twist it. I don't know, but what about Dave Rose? And even though he's, again, lying about that, I don't contact nieces or anything. Oh, but what about Mars and he's not, again, total deflection and absolutely disgusting, this guy trying to stir the pot.
Well, I honestly don't pay attention to the shows. I don't listen to it. I don't hear what's going on. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't. I'm separate from that shit. You know that. That has nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with me. If they want to talk shit, somebody wants to talk shit about me and has a problem with me, come and see me. If not, go fuck yourself. I really don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Apparently, you're also not allowed to do fucking impressions. You know,
Yeah, so and I said that day, like, since I'm doing an impression now, it's, you know, your kids' schools are being called and this and that. And, you have Dan. Well, the reason you have Danny MT on is why that was said. I don't have Danny MT on. He's barely ever been on my shit. When was the last time Danny MT was on my stream?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, like, if I'm, like, you're sitting there saying, well, you harbor this guy who's a total lowlife and talks about other people's families. No, I don't, because I don't put Danny on my shit.
That's true. I can't remember the last time he was on your show.
Exactly. You know, and as far as, like, who I give wrenches to and this and that, Danny had to wait a really long time before he was considered to have a wrench, and he still doesn't have one because it wouldn't let me give it to him. So...
Well,
and my personal shit with Danny is my personal shit. I don't speak to Danny about anybody else in the community, let alone fucking
you don't
YR.
even speak to me about Danny.
No, so I don't talk to anybody about anybody.
No, you've got to talk to Danny. No, Ken doesn't do that. Ken takes care of his own thing.
That's it. I'm a grown ass fucking man. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and have to sugarcoat or hide shit or fucking. No, I don't have to. I don't need to. I have nothing to do with it. I don't care about it.
YR's been doing this for the last few days, just going on to calls and just fucking lying.
Why
Saying he was
can't-
on
what-
Mickey's call the other day and basically doing that full out lies and stuff, and again trying to stir the pot, the piece of shit.
Why
snake that
couldn't he
is.
just stay on here to talk with you? Like, if he's so
'Cause he's a
into
coward.
having this debate thing where people have each other's beefs or whatever, so just stay on and talk it off. Why would you leave real quick? You could speak to me about the shit, but once Dave comes in, you can't speak to him about it? I don't understand. What's the problem? I don't have a
And I'm
problem
sorry,
with
Ken,
it.
I'm
You
sorry
know?
for calling in. You know, again, I just got in a little while ago, did some holiday hours today at work, and you know, saw that you had been already going for 50 minutes, so I'm kicking myself for not having heard that at the beginning and stuff. But I didn't mean, like, again, I only called in to address the lies that YR was saying, and you know, I didn't plan to call in, you know, other than that. Though I am kind of interested, you may have covered it already, about what's going on in Gaza Strip and with Israel and all that, but
Goon says, I didn't mean to piss you. No, you're not pissing me off, bro. It's all good. I'm getting a little fucking heated up because of the whole fact that I got to be threatened because I have Danny MT on my stream. So then, we got to go threaten his kids. When I didn't even have Danny on. But Goon says, didn't mean to fucking upset you. Just passing along something that was discussed the other day that seemed interesting. And yes, it does. It does seem interesting to have certain people, maybe. But who? But who's really going to do that? Like at this point, you're going to get Dave and Scott on, and
well, they proposed that specifically, and Scott apparently said absolutely not. So there's that. But yeah, there was
because if anything
from Mars,
that would be the only thing that would be interesting to me as a person who's looking in and not looking out. I would, okay, maybe I might want to see those two talk to each other for 5 minutes. That would be the only. Other than that, who would want to see me fight with Nick or Mars or this guy or that guy? Like, what would be the sense of that? Isn't that boring? Wouldn't that be fucking boring?
Well, the way that it was proposed is that there's going to be moderation, and that somebody will get their time to speak, and then they'll be muted because it's going to be via Discord. Because again, the whole premise was like either let's squash beefs or just like try to maintain a cordial conversation. But again, that's that idea that came the other day from Nikki's stream and stuff, and there wasn't like definite plans. It was proposed. Scott, rejected it entirely. Some people, like YR, really wants to see it happen. But again, it was just an idea. It wasn't like this is happening and we're going to go work with Cronin.
See, again, there's like threats now. Shaft is in the chat. Scunty just sent me this, but don't worry. This Thanksgiving Day will give to Fat Mouth real soon. Like, what, dude? What? Because I think you're a lowlife? Because I think I don't want to fuck with you. I'm not wasting my time fighting with you. I'm not wasting my time talking shit about you. I do it once in a while, but you have free reign. You can go and say whatever the fuck you want, right? And then you can put your thumb on anybody's streams. You shouldn't have this guy on, and now that you have this guy on, you're an enemy. And now that this guy's on that guy's stream, you're an enemy. So don't be mad when people see you on other people's streams, and then they say to those people, well, you guys are lowlives, and I won't ever talk to you people again because you have Scott on. So if you're going to bring it that way, then you shouldn't be mad at those people, right? So you make no fucking sense. So I have to be threatened and all this shit because I have Dave Rose on my stream, or I'm in Dave Rose's chat, or somebody who talks all kinds of shit to Scott, and Scott talks to them. They're in my chat, so now I'm a target. Ken's Thanksgiving is going to be so fucked up. His Thanksgiving will be horrible. I'm going to come at him at Thanksgiving because I can't do it before then. I'll do it on a holiday. So, like, dude, you ain't doing shit to me, and you know you ain't. You can't do dick to me, bro. Protected by Viper. You understand? Protected
by Viper.
You know that? I'm protected, bro. I took precaution. You think I'm stupid? I make one phone call and I'll talk to somebody who lives right by you and will probably take care of you eventually if I need that to happen. But I don't need to do that. And if you think I'm bullshitting, you'd be very surprised, bro. I know a lot more about you than you think I do. I know a lot more than you think I do.
The best revenge is the fact that you run your own shows the way you want to run them, and nobody can tell you different. So, you're the way that you enjoy your show, people like Skunt look at that and say, I want a piece of that because I'm so unhappy. And you're like not even thinking about him. You're just running your show, laughing, having fun, making jokes.
I know it's when he sees how much fun I have and how much I don't give a fuck about him or what he says, I know it hurts him. I know it, I get it. But you're a grown man. You say it doesn't bother you, then act that way. You sitting here and threatening me on Thanksgiving, you know what, Easter Day, him and his family are going to feel so much pain on Easter Day. Like, dude, shut the fuck up, you fucking small dick star faggot driving around in a star fucking faggot truck. Shut the fuck up, you fucking weirdo.
Look what he just put in your chat before he left. He's like,
starving fag.
The 16-year-old song sang to Danny MT was the big thing. Just having Danny around isn't a good look. You know what's not a good look? Associating with Scott, you dumb.
You know what's not a good look? Wait, who said that?
That's YR before he left your chat. It's this call right now. If you look into the text, that's what he wrote before he left the call.
So
it's not a good look, eh, YR?
Having you on, he's saying?
No, it says it was the 16-year-old song sang to Danny MT was the big thing. Just having Danny around is.
Oh, the 16-year-old song that I jumped on your thing with, and I started saying, "Oh, so that's all right for Scott to sit there and talk shit about me when he's on calls, right?" And I shouldn't react though. I'm not allowed to. So if it was up to Scott, right, and Scott had his free will over all of us, and we had to listen to Scott's demands, right? If we all had to listen to Scott's demands, guess what would happen? You'd have
Nobody would stream.
Nobody would stream. And there'd be all kinds of rules and regulations to him, and you'd say, well, these aren't fair rules and regulations, because if you're doing this and saying that, how come you're stopping us from doing that and saying this? Yep. And it would be unfair. It would be called a dictatorship, and it would be all unfair, unfounded, and all psycho-babbling bullshit, just like he does all his life. He's a sad fuck. He really is. Me and my wife sit there and we laugh at the sadness we see. Sometimes, like, we laugh at, I got to show them another punching. I got to get on there and show them another punching bag video. I have to prove that I'm some kind of man. I have to, oh, look, I got a car. Look at my check. Dude, anybody who has to come on here and do all this shit that he does, it really is, that's a bad look. That's a sad look. A guy who comes on here and cries to me like a newborn child and says, I am afraid of Scott. I'm afraid that he's going to fuck my life up. He's going to hurt my father. He's going to hurt my... A guy who does that and then acts like that he's that guy's friend months later, that's sad to me. But do I come on here and talk about it every Saturday night? Do I come on here and talk about it every Sunday or Monday or whenever I come on? No, I don't, because I don't give a fuck. I don't care what looks bad to you. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I don't care. You make no difference to me what you say. What YR says, what RP says, what fucking Scott says, you make no difference to me. You don't affect my life at all. At all. Not one bit. And I see that this guy's out making videos of him driving and punching bags and doing this. You waste more time with making sure how you look to other people than actually making sure your life is good.
Yep.
It's fucking weird. That's why I don't have nothing to do with it, because you're a psycho. And so are you, YR. So are you, because you're the guy who comes crying and is scared of the fire. But yet you want to put your hand over it and play with it for hours. And then when you get burnt, you want the medicine to get fixed, to stop feeling the pain, to stop feeling the burn, right? You want that medicine. But it's okay to play with fire till you get burnt, right? Did I come to you and tell you shouldn't be doing something? Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the fucking problem. Because Ken doesn't come and say, oh, you shouldn't be hanging out with Scott. Oh, you shouldn't be talking to this guy or talking to that guy. That's the obvious reason. It's not because I might feel that way and don't say it. It's because I don't say it. It's because I don't say it. Ken don't care about me. He thinks he's better than me because he has a family. He's got a family, he thinks he's better than me. You just make shit up. Just keep making it up because you're trying to wonder why things are the way they are. They're like this because of you. Because you're not a stand-up person. YR, you're not a stand-up guy. You're not a trustworthy person. You're not.
So many times he's fucked you over, talked shit about you, and you know you're still.
And then comes crying. And then comes crying to me to save him. Right? Yeah. And what have I done? Have I used that against you? Have I fucking called you out for it? Do I fucking bust your balls? No, I don't give a fuck. And that's the reason why you hate me or you have a problem with me, is because I don't give a fuck. You can't affect me. You won't affect me. You won't. All the little comments that you leave on the fucking, or you or RP or whoever the fuck it is, you know, it's kind of funny how you know how that comment's on my shit and you know why it's there, but you don't know who did it. It's kind of weird, right? You know why it's there. You know why it was said, but you don't know how it got there and who put it there, right? I don't believe that for a fucking second. I don't believe that for a second.
Wire did a stream the other day, which he took down. But everyone keeps telling me he was talking mad shit about me, about you, about a bunch of other people. And then he takes it down. Well, what are you hiding, Wire?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Omegle the other day, because somebody's mentioning in the chat that I'm reading, they're saying, oh, all these fucking, apps are full of psychos, and, you know, some of the worst apps are this one and that one. And I said, oh, Omegle, like, not even thinking, oh, God, if I say Omegle, Scott's going to think it's him. And sure enough.
Why? Because you know that literally millions of other people use Omegle. You're not thinking about
Scott. Yeah, I didn't even think of him. And it's like, dude, seriously, bro, not everything is about you, Scott. Not everything is about you, bro. And if I'm on there singing a 16-year-old song and shit, I started off singing songs about your weird gay ass a long time ago. And I'm going to keep doing it. You're not going to stop me. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. You don't have control over me. You never will. You're not going to threaten me into submission. You're not going to scare me into submission. You're getting it on Thanksgiving. Well, guess what? You're getting it on Christmas then. How about that? You're getting it on Christmas.
I'm not getting any traction.
How about that?
Attacks on Ken.
Yeah, you're not getting any traction. You're not scaring Ken. You're not scaring Ken. None of these motherfuckers are. Not one of them. No one is. No one. No one's scaring me. Fuck you. Fuck all of them. No one's scaring me. I ain't going fucking nowhere. You know who scares me? God. That's about fucking it. You don't scare me. Come and bring it, motherfucker. I'll take everything. Come and see me. You won't do that though.
No, they won't.
Exactly. Bunch of fake ass fucks. Fuck you, YR, you crybaby cunt. Fuck off. Grow some hair over that ashtray burns on your fucking forehead. Fuck up out of here. The fuck up out of here. Get off my dick, faggot. Off my fucking dick. Fucking weird faggots. Cause you had Danny MT on. Really? Did I? When did I have Danny MT on? Cause you called in and you spoke to Danny and you don't speak to us.
It's pathetic, really.
Yeah, he's a fucking pathetic person, bro. Pathetic. Come in here and try to manipulate and shit because I don't fall for your faggot shit.
He tries that because you don't care, because you're not watching the shit, because you don't know and are unaware of what's going on. He tries to fucking come in and be like, you know what damn bro did and blah, 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 blah. What? And you're like, I don't know. I don't, I haven't been watching, what's going on here or, all these other streams. So he's like, this is the perfect opportunity to tell Ken some sort of lie and convince him and then get you riled up. He does that. He does that on purpose.
And so I was right. I don't, dude, you know what? It don't make a difference, bro. I don't even give a fuck. I really don't care. We can drop it. Yeah, I really don't give a fuck. I spend weeks after weeks after weeks on here not fucking talking about them or Scott or anyone else, right? And I'll continue to do that. I don't give a fuck what you feel, what you say, what you do. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. Your bullshit does not affect me. None of you people affect me at all. Your fucking threats don't affect me. None of it does. None of it.
So, I'm going to have a cigarette real quick. Dave, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. I noticed the transition to the portable.
It affects me. It used to, maybe once in a while back in the day, I would get a little like, I want to go fight somebody because of the shit that was said, but honestly, like, as of late,
look at what you've been dealing literally with for the last year. You don't give a flying fuck what these idiots are saying. You've got actually important things.
I'm probably the happiest I've been in a long time. I'm not letting I don't let people like him, like small
peons. Should be a felony for a self-admitted pedophile to keep calling schools on children of parents you have hate for. Enjoy the holidays alone and pathetic.
It's not working,
Go kill yourself, Scott.
You're not putting fear into me. Even if you were right in front of my face, I wouldn't be afraid. So your words aren't going to fucking scare me. Your threats are not going to scare me. Come after me on Thanksgiving. You know what? When you come, bring a carving knife. Because we're going to cut some turkey.
Looks like a donation came in, but I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. I didn't even... Hold on.
I can read it for you if you'd like. Or you can play it, whatever.
Wait.
Want me to read it?
Now I can hear you. All right. What, a donation came in?
Yeah, $1 donation from Tommy's Inner Thoughts. They said, should be a felony for a self-admitted pedo to keep calling schools on children of parents you have hate for. Enjoy the holidays alone and pathetic. Go kill yourself, Scott.
It is pathetic, dude. So many people know it, and it's so fucking pathetic, dude. You really are a pathetic human being. You can't just do your own thing, dude. You can't just do your own thing, man. You got to mention me with the Omegle shit, and then I say what I say, and then I joke around. And of course, I said it then too. Let's not go this route now because Ken did a song parody. It's back to threatening kids again. And sure enough, just like I knew, there it is, threatening kids, threatening fucking lives. It always has to go back to
because you know what? He can't deal with words. He can't go one-on-one with words. That's why that will never happen. If you want to get Scott into a room to talk to this guy or that guy or this guy or that guy, it won't happen because you know what? He can't do that. Because when it gets too far, he gives up on words and he starts going with threats because he's not strong-minded enough.
Because he's weak, because he has no power. And if he can't get anywhere with words or try to guilt or lie, he'll be like, well, I guess the only option left is to bring people who aren't even associated with the situation. I'm going to contact your family, or how about your pastor, or how about the girls' schools and all this stuff. What would they, again, where's the logic? What would they think about a grown man doing stuff online that has nothing to do with?
But yet he denies it. But yet he denies it when he's called out for it. I never called your kids' schools. You're going around and telling people I did. You're thinking it's me and it's not. But
I only threatened, as if that makes it all better. I only threatened, but I didn't actually do it.
Somebody does a fucking imitation or calls you out, like you call people out 24/7. The minute somebody does that, it's got to go to threats again because you're too weak-minded to keep it on that level. You don't have the skin for it, bro. You don't have what it takes to fucking do that. I mean, you're a one-trick pony, bro. That's all you are. You're a one-trick pony. You don't have the guts. You don't have the fucking the wherewithal to fucking go head-to-head with words. You don't. You have to prove you're like some big dick guy with money and trucks and I can box and I can, dude, you're a nobody. You have nobody to spend that money on. Go where you could make $2 million a year. What the fuck's the sense of it if you're sitting in a fucking room by yourself by the end of the night?
Miserable, and obsessed with what other people are doing.
At you, bro. We feel bad for you. I feel pity for you, bro. I feel pity for you that you have to go on and prove to people, look at my paycheck. Look at my arm. Look how I parked this bag. Look at my car I'm in. Look at my apartment. Look at this. Look at this. What are you making up for, bro? What are you making up for, bro? Do you really have that small of a penis? Is it really that small? Seriously. Serious. It's sad. It's sad that the internet would go and manipulate a guy to the point where they have to fucking show you every facet of their life to try to prove they're somebody that they're not. It's sad. And no matter what you do, no matter what threats, no matter what you say, at the end of the day, you're that person. You're that person. You can't change it, obviously. You're that person. You're a sad sack of shit. Any outsider could see it. Anybody that just comes in here for a day can see it. Wow, look at this guy showing his pay stubs, showing how he boxes, showing, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. It's not about lying or telling the truth. It has nothing to do with lying or telling the truth. It has to do with perception. Perception. That's what it has to do with. They're perceiving me as this guy who goes on Omegle and talks inappropriate to kids and says he fucked a 16-year-old babysitter and says all this raunchy, nasty, dirty shit about kids all the time. You know, I like how he tried to flip this whole thing. I said it a couple of months ago. How come every time Scott makes a short or a video or goes on to somebody else's stream, he has to talk about kids and Omegle and sex and all this shit? And I was saying it for a good couple of months, like, why? Why every video has to mention a kid? Why every time? And I actually sat there and said, watch, he's going on YR stream. Give it about 5 minutes. He'll mention kids. Bang, 5 minutes later, he mentions kids again. Then he tries to fucking switch that around and use people's logic on him against everybody else. Well, you're not that smart, Scott. You're not that smart. You think you are, but you're not, because you didn't flip it and use it for your own. You sound like a fucking psycho. Everybody in here talks about kids. It talks about this, a pedophile, this. It's always mentioned. Every single one of them. No,
that's just Scott. That's just him.
That's you. That's you. You're known as the guy who's the Omegle psycho guy. You're the cake stalker. You're the kid fucker. And I know you're probably not a fucking. And people disagree with me on this, and Dave might even disagree with me. I don't think you're a pedophile. I know you're fucking weird, and I wouldn't leave you around my kids for a second. But he doesn't like prepubescent children. He likes basically 14-year-olds to 17-year-olds. That's referred to properly as a pederast. Not saying pedophile. He's a pederast. There's a big difference. Yeah, well, whatever.
Again,
I said that out in the past, and he said, well, I got Ken and Dave saying that I'm not a pedophile. Yes, I have said that.
Do I think you're a pedophile? I don't know, to tell you the truth. I don't really know. Do I think you're capable of doing some weird shit? Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. For a person to go right for threatening somebody because they said they made up a song parody or they imitated you, yeah, you got problems. You don't belong on the internet. If you can't handle that, and you don't have the skin to handle that, you don't belong on the internet. If I fucking had to defend every little stupid thing that people say about me, like for instance, Ken doesn't drive. His wife drives him around because he's fucking retarded and he can't really drive, right? Did I have to jump in a car and prove and say, hey guys, look at me driving. This is my car. This is my paycheck. This is how I walk. This is how I drive. I'm not really a retard like everybody says. And, and my wife has to drive me around like this one faggot said in the chat one day. Like I have to prove it. No, I don't have to prove it. Because you know what? I know it's not the truth. And I don't have to prove it to you or anyone else. But you, obviously, every little fucking thing that's said about you, down to, hey, he's got a pimple on his ass. Of course, Scott would come on bare ass to say, look, there's no pimple there. There's no pimple there. It's because you're fucking horrific, bro. You don't have what it takes. You don't have that in you to sit here and to take the verbal bullshit from other people and just keep it verbal. You can't do that. You can't just keep it verbal. Nope. That's why you're such an easy mark, bro. Easy. And for a guy like Dave and fucking Danny MT, you're easy, bro. And
that's why I do it, because it's too fucking easy.
And I've said it a million times. I don't fucking like when you guys sit there and you start saying the shit like, oh yeah, that time you told me you eat your niece's pussy out, or like, oh, your sister loves my cake. Like, I don't condone that, because I feel like you're going and you're jabbing a person. And I know you, Dave, you think, well, ain't shit gonna happen to me. He can't do nothing to me. But see, what the problem is with that is when you do that, when Danny does that, and people push this guy, other people who are not even involved in it get collateral damage.
Yeah, and I don't like that at all. I don't like the fact that, again, why don't you stick it with me, Gun? No, you got to attack fucking Cat.
He will go to the next target. If he can't get Dave, he'll get the next best thing to Dave. And that's how he operates. He don't give a fuck about innocent. He don't give a fuck about beef. It's all on what he can do to prove he's a man, or he's a good guy, or he's this, or he's that. How about if you are all these things you say you are, how about you don't have to prove that? You don't have to prove it. You don't have to prove it. Your actions should speak louder than your words, but they never do. They never do. It's always, look at me, look at me, look at this, look at this, look at this, look, I proved this.
And what about you? You got to prove it. Ken, you're going to be working out with Tommy. You got to prove it and be on camera and stuff. Comparison is the thief of joy. Him constantly trying to compare himself to other people shows how inadequate he knows he is.
How about Scott? You don't worry about what I do, because I don't give a fuck about what you do. I don't come on here and say, oh, Scott is now Saturday night. I'm in the middle of a live stream with Filthy and Chris and all these guys having fun. And I go, whoa, 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 guys, hold on. Let me fill you on the latest Scott situation. So now Scott's on here proving that he's a man by showing his car, or proving that he boxes, and oh my God, look at him, he's a great specimen. Like, oh shit, he's so special. Like, do I give a fuck about that? I don't care about that. That's why I don't mention it, because I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you're saying. And that's not me saying, I don't care about you. You could die for all I care. No, I don't even hate on you like that, bro. I don't give a fuck. I wish you the best. I really do. I really honestly do. But if you're going to fuck with me and you're going to fucking come into a chat and be like, oh, well, look, he lets Danny on and he talks to Danny. Now he's got to pay for that. You're a fucking lowlife then.
A coward.
You're a lowlife. Don't worry about who I'm hanging out with. I don't give a fuck who you're hanging out with. I don't care who you're talking to. Don't worry about what I do. Why do you worry about what I do? You know why? Because you're on my dick and you're fake. You're a fake fuck. Because if you were really real, you wouldn't give a fuck about what anyone says about you, and you would just keep going on with your life. But you can't do that. You can't do that because you care too much, and words aren't good enough for you. You need to take it to that next level. And you know what? You've done so much damage to so many people that you have this name now that will never escape you. It's tied to you. So that many times you come on here and try to act like a normal person, everybody knows you're a psycho babbling retard. And so does YR. Because honestly, these people come on here and they use you, and you let them.
Yep.
You fucking let them. So stop sitting there and saying shit like, oh, you know, I just on here doing it, you know, I'm just having a good time. I prove everybody wrong and I prove it. No, you're letting these people use you because you want to be used and you okay them using you like you have in the past for so many years. You get used and you know you do. You're not real.
I talked about this on one of my streams about how, you know, I gave some clues because we've both been dropping them about the new show that we're doing and so forth. And, you know, again, the immediate thought was, oh, well, you know, they're just going to do Friday Night Fire 2.0. Totally false. And Friday Night Fire was always about Scott. Doesn't matter if it was just Dave and Ken or if it was the whole crew of Nikki, Mars, Ken, and Dave. It was always about talking about Scott on that show. And that was the furthest thing from that show.
Hey, real quick, so because you made me just think of this. Okay, so you'll come after me because I speak to Dave or I spoke to Danny, right? And you'll come after me because, oh, anybody who deals with these people, they're a target too, right? Like you like to say, right? But if Dave was talking to Joe Cronin, right, and was still on his shit, which he could have been, because Dave has been asked to come back a million times, and the only reason why Dave isn't streaming with Joe Cronin right now is because Dave's not streaming with him. Dave chose not to stream with him this time around. Dave made that decision. But if Dave said, yeah, I'll stream with Joe, would you be doing the same shit to Joe? No, you wouldn't be. And you never do, because there's a narrative behind it, and it only proves that you want to be used. You don't give a fuck. So when people sit there and say, oh, well, look at these people, they use him and they just bring him on so he can get nuts or he could talk shit and they can up their numbers with having Scott on, you don't care. You, honestly, if you were such a man like you say you are, you would have a problem with being used, and you would say, you're not my friend. You don't fucking like me as a friend. You don't give a fuck about me and my welfare. You could give two shits if I lost my job tomorrow and ended up in the fucking gutter, dead. You wouldn't care. But you don't say that because you know what? I come to the conclusion, you like to be used. You want to be used. So when you sit there and say you're real and you're here for this and you're here for that, bullshit. Your actions don't say you are. Your actions tell me you want to be used. You want to be liked. You want to be accepted. You want to be friends. But you fucked up everything so bad and you foobarred it up so bad that you can't come back from where you are and you never will be able to. And thank God there's people like fucking YR and RP that will fucking use you. Thank God they're there to use you, because you know what? You don't give a fuck about yourself enough to even fucking call those people out who use you and don't give a fuck about you. Because I'll tell you what, if you were half a fucking real man, I would have been friends with you still to this day. I wouldn't give a fuck who fucking had a problem with it. But no, I'm not going to be friends with somebody who sits there and fucking lies through their fucking teeth. And I'm not your enemy, but if you want to make me your enemy, no problem. Come after me and my family on Thanksgiving and see what happens. Or go and manipulate people to do your dirty work for you because you can't do it yourself because you're too much pussy to fucking meet up with me face to face. So if you want to sit there and talk all that shit, I'm not listening. I don't give a fuck. Say whatever threats you want. They'll get deleted and they'll get thrown out and I don't have to even look at them ever again, because I know at the end of the day, you won't see me face to face ever. So if you won't do that, I'm not afraid of you. If I thought for a second that no, Scott's the type of guy that would come and meet you face to face if he could. No, you won't, and you know you won't. You're a pussy. And until that day, your words mean nothing to me. And they never will. I'm not afraid of you. You don't intimidate me. I'm not fucking afraid of Thanksgiving or my kids' schools or this or that. Do what you gotta do, tough guy. Do it. Because we all know at the end of the day, you ain't meeting nobody.
Yep.
Fuck out of here.
It'll just fizzle out like always. Just
exactly.
Hot air and baseless threats.
Yep. So do what you gotta do.
It's funny that they'll say, oh, well, Ken won't criticize Dave because he's scared of him or he's got something on him. Like so many people have said, these trolls have said, like, I've got something on YR, on you, on Nikki, which is why you won't criticize me. Now, you're not by your computer, are you?
No, not yet.
Can you see this chat, like the call chat? If I type something in there?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to type it in right now. The reason I'm putting it in there first before just blurting it out is because I think there, potentially should be a build for it. But maybe just letting people know, because this, I think, just destroys that narrative of what I just said, is that you don't think that Ken would be willing to criticize me. Forget about a parody song, which I think would be fucking awesome. There's this idea that I proposed to Ken. And I don't know if you see it in the chat of this voice call. But again, I suggested it to Ken. I even suggested it as being a Patreon exclusive. But it would be based, well, I don't even want to, let's just say this. Ken would be very critical of me, and I would have to answer for several things. But I'm the one who proposed it to Ken. And again, I actually think it might be a good idea, especially if it's a Patreon exclusive. But Ken, do you see that text at all?
Let me see, hold on. Yeah.
Should I say, do you want to mention that?
Wait, let me see. Hold on.
I don't want to keep you or take you from your smoke break. I know you're on your phone.
I mean, what, like, you're talking about doing that on here?
No, as in on, like, well, no, we talked about it that I would be willing to do that exclusively on your Patreon. And it would show basically that I'm more than willing to stand accused and to face the music and all that sort of thing. But also, have someone who's been claimed, oh, he's not critical of Dave. He won't speak up on shit, despite the fact that you have in the past on many things. But no, Ken is scared, or Dave has like something on Ken and stuff. Well, this sort of idea that I proposed, I think, destroys that argument. You want to talk about it, or do you want to save it for?
I don't care. Yeah, if you want to talk, I don't care.
Okay, well, I proposed the idea of doing the trial of Dave Rose, because Ken and I talk, and he'd say, well, I didn't agree with that action. I thought it was quite scummy and stuff, and we didn't go back and forth, but we sort of discussed it. You're like, well, I don't believe, I don't believe that because of so and so, and he's like, okay, I see that, but then again, there's this, so there was, and I thought, and I started forming in my head, I was like, what better than fucking make the trial of Dave Rose? And then I thought, fuck, let's make it fucking a Ken Patreon exclusive. I think the minimum that you can get for your Patreon's $1. But again, I thought, why not? Ken and I are obviously going to be working together on this new show, and it's so different that you guys, I don't think, really realize yet. But.
Let me ask you this. So Scott could sit there and talk to people who say to him, well, you never did that shit to me, man, so I'm cool with you. And he could accept that, right? But when someone else on the other side sits there and says, well, Dave never threatened my kids.
Yep.
He never fucking had up and downs with him, and I don't like certain things he says and does, just like he might not like certain things I say and do. But we never went to that level with each other. So, hey, you haven't done that to me, so I have no problem with you. He could accept that on his side, but he can't see anyone else except that somewhere else. So it always comes down to what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right, Scott? So what's good for you is okay and it's good, but it's not good for anyone else to say and do. That's bullshit. That's dictatorship. You're never gonna meet anybody eye to eye or hand to hand with thinking that way. And you can't think any different, because it's all about unfair shit with you. It can never be fair, like, hey, I won't talk to this person because they did this and that to you, but you can't talk to that person because they did this and that to you, and we should, it's like, dude, fuck off. How about you don't worry about what other people do? Like, I don't worry about what you do and say when it's none of my business. But no, you ride dicks. You ride dicks like some gay fucking, like, friend. Like some dude who's like, oh, we just want to be your friend, but in reality, you want to suck his cock. Because that's what it comes off like. Like you're some closet fag who like wants to be boyfriend and girlfriend with a motherfucker and has to be controlling, like, don't talk to that person. You shouldn't be in their chat if you're friends with me. Like, no, dude, it don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Dave Rose does it too.
I could go wherever I want, and I could make amends with whoever I want, but nope, you're not allowed to, and you're not allowed to, and you're not allowed to. Fuck that, dude. This is not Scott's world. Sorry, the world doesn't revolve around you. You don't get to call all the fucking shots. You're not the big boy. You don't get to call the shots. You're not my father. You're not our fucking priest. You're not our fucking ruler. You're not our dictator. How about fuck off? How about I don't give a fuck? How about for a change, you turn around and say, oh yeah, that person said this, this, and that about me. It's not true, and I really don't give a fuck. I don't
Yeah,
even need to.
again, why would you get so angry at certain things, including me playing The Sims with a bunch of people from this community, including myself and Ken, at the Sirius XM Mansion? Why would you get mad about the shit talk that I'm doing, having fun, laughing? Apparently, a lot of people like that stuff, that stream that I did. And, you know, if it's untrue, then these people are just, your mind should be, these people are just stupid. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're laughing at something that's clearly false. But no, it obviously hits a nerve. He would not get this mad if there wasn't something behind the words that people are saying. You know?
Yeah. Yep.
And you got a donation by King Meow Meow. He tipped $1 and he says, "What's goody, gang gang? Man, these sucker-ass ninjas on they period again. Nobody talks about you or Wire's closet monster-ass ninja. All love y'all, Ken and Dave forever."
Nice. Thank you, Mr. Meow Meow. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. Listen, all I know is I knew when I said Omegle, I didn't think of it at the time, like, oh, Scott's gonna think that was about him. The next day when I heard it, I thought, oh, you know what? He's probably gonna think, like I said, I was trying to like do some backdoor shit. And then sure enough, somebody sends me a video like an hour later, and here's Scott going, you know, you mentioned Omegle. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Are you really that much on my dick?
And that's the problem, is now you have to, like, if you have to follow his logic, now you have to be the one who walks on eggshells and judges every word that you're going to say before you do it, because, oh my God, maybe what I say might misconstrue it in his fucking fucked up mind and think somehow about it.
You want to know something, dude? If you're a person who's doing that good in your life and getting paid good money and nice car, and you got money and chicks and all this stuff, then why should you worry about this? Yep. You shouldn't. You wouldn't. If you were really what you say you are, you shouldn't and wouldn't be worrying about what people say or do or think, right? But you do. And the truth is, you do care, and you do care tremendously. And you fucked your name up in this community so fucking bad that there's no coming back. That's why you try to slip and dip into other people's communities that they find and they go to, because that's what you always do. You did it with me. You did it with Joe. You did it with Tony. You did it with Dave. You did it with so many people, because Scott is really one of the most unoriginal fucking people in this community.
What are you talking about? His video content used to be just clips from Alex Jones.
Yeah, dude, that's what Scott is on the overall basis. It's I'll just use what they're doing. I'll just say what they're saying. I'll just do what they do. I'll just go and hurt this person because this person's friends with that person that I can't hurt. That's a scumbag. That's a fucking lowlife. And you know what? I don't need to tell people what you are, and I don't worry about what you do and say. If you're sitting there bashing me, I wouldn't give two fucks about it. I wouldn't even say a word about it. I don't care what you say and do. I don't pay attention to it. I don't watch it. I don't fucking need to have clips sent to me. I don't worry about it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. Same thing goes with YR. And these guys, like, he's sitting there, oh, Ken's going, why are you so mad, bro? Because you mentioned Treehouse. No, I could give a fuck. I don't even know what the fuck you meant by it. I didn't even get mad at it. What I get mad at is being fucking harassed by people who say, I'm your friend. You send me a message 3 or 4 days ago, I love you and respect you, Ken, big time. You say that off air, right? But on air, it's a whole different thing, like, oh, I don't know why he's so mad. I don't understand why he would be. I'm mad because you fucking won't quit, and you sit there and tell me you respect me and you're my friend, but you're not. You're not, and I'm not Scott. That shit might work with Scott. It don't work with me. I'm not going to be fucking manipulated. I'm not going to be fucking double talked. Like, and it's not because I'm like so against it, and I'm so against No, it's because I don't give a fuck enough to even listen to the messages or to even watch the streams or to even care what you're saying about me. You disgusted me so much to the point where I don't even care anymore. That's why I come on and say, leave me the fuck alone. Just leave me alone. I don't hate on you. I'm not doing shit behind your back to manipulate people to be against you. I'm not talking to people about you. I don't give a fuck. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, that's all I ask. Leave me the fuck alone. And then when I do engage and I do make it something funny, or I try to be funny about it, it's back to, oh, now your kids are going to get destroyed on Thanksgiving. You know, it's like, it always goes back to that. You can't win. No one can win in this community with these lowlives, with these fucking
in their minds.
Shit. It's fucking disgusting. These are people that obviously have so much time and are so miserable that all they do is worry about everybody else. That's all they do. And even when they sit there and say, I don't give a fuck about this community. I don't care about that. I don't give a shit about this. I don't care about that. I don't care about this. And I don't care about that. Oh, yeah, really? Well, then how come you can't come on to one stream without mentioning all of it? Really? If you really didn't care, how come you can't come on to one fucking stream and not mention it? Huh? How come? Because you do care, and you do give a fuck, obviously. Stop trying to be somebody that you're not. Stop trying to say you're somebody that you're not. Bunch of fake fucks. Fake bullshit. Fakery at its finest. God, man. And all this goes on, all this petty little bullshit goes on when the fucking world is all fucked up and there's innocent children fucking being slaughtered, right? But this is what's on their mind. I'm going to get 10 on Thanksgiving. That's what's on their mind. Like, that just says to me, you're the lowest of the low, man. You really are. You really don't give a fuck about anybody but yourself. You don't. You don't give a fuck. And because there's other people that use your own tactics against you, oh, you shouldn't be talking to them. You shouldn't be interacting with them. You shouldn't have them on. And if you do, then you're the target. Fuck you. You could go anywhere you want. You could talk to whoever the fuck you want. It's okay to go and talk to somebody who fought with you for a fucking year and a half and he tried to ruin his life, right? You try to ruin them and their friends' lives, right? But it's okay. You could talk to them like nothing ever happened, right? That's okay though, right? But no one else could do that, right? No one else could say, hey, well, you haven't done that shit to me. I'm cool with you. They could say that to you, right? But they can't. No one else could say that to anyone else, right? Because you're a dictator and you want to control everything, right? But no, it don't work like that. Sorry. You're not going to manipulate me or scare me into doing what you want me to do ever.
And that's the most pathetic thing is this guy, again, his actions reveal how powerless he is, how pathetic he is, how desperate he is to take control of the truth and spin it in his way. Is that he, like you said earlier, this guy basically he doesn't get any traction with his words, because against anybody, could be against even Bullfrog, he doesn't have the intellectual capacity to formulate words into a sentence that will back up his thoughts. We've heard him get very desperate on calls and on streams and stuff. He's like, he pulls a Bullfrog, and then he sighs at the end because he can't formulate his words. So with whoever, he can't get any traction with his words. So what does he then fall back on? Well, I can't do anything. Obviously, my words are not having any effect. Let's just threaten their lives. Let's call their jobs. Let's get them fired. Let's threaten contacting their ex-wives or their mother-in-law or their mothers to get their children taken away by CAS. Let's contact their schools so that they know what their parent is doing online as a grown man that has nothing to do with that school. I have no power, so this is how I exert my powers, to threaten people. He's a coward.
Well, how about this? How about I'll even go as far as to say this. I would even, like, people want to see people interact and talk together and all this and that, right? I'll fucking go and talk to Scott one-on-one. I'll fucking talk to him one-on-one. I'm not fighting him. I'll talk to him one-on-one and say, hey, let's fucking shake hands. Let's fucking end the bullshit between us both and agree that, hey, you know what? If you mention me down the line and you say some shit, I might rebuttal it and I might say some shit to you.
Well,
right?
Ken,
but
we'll never go. Have to do is you can't even associate with Dave from that point forward.
You see, that's part of it. See, that would be part of it. It'd have to be worked out to, like, yo, don't give a fuck about who I associate with and what I'm doing as long as it's not against you. You shouldn't have, and don't go any further than the other person goes. Because honestly, every time somebody gets into an argument with this guy now, it's always got to be threatened to, oh, that's it now, I'm going after their family. Yep. And he even says it openly. Yep. Like, openly. I mean, anybody that respects a person who does that is fucking out of their minds. But I don't question it. I don't care who's friends with him. Anybody they want. Anybody could be friends. Dave and Scott could become friends right now. I wouldn't have anything to say about it or anything to do about it. That's their business. That's their business. Okay? So I have no problem with what Scott does. I have no problem with it. I don't pay attention to it. I don't give a fuck about it. You know, but obviously he's got to watch me and watch who comes onto my shit and who's in my chat and who's saying this and saying that. And honestly, you can't say anything after that because you just prove that you're just a fucking like, you're just a person that is so wrapped up in their own fucking shit that you can't just worry about yourself. You just can't. You never will. But anyway, I had a couple of donations I want to play back because I wasn't here for them. I want to see.
Those might be the ones I read out, but regardless, play them again.
All right, yeah, let me see.
I'll see right now, real quick. Hold on. Why is this like this? Start virtual. Is that your background you have on whatchamacallit? On Skype? Like, did you change that background or?
I didn't do nothing on Skype.
What the fuck, man? Skype is so fucked up, dude. It really is just fucking weird shit.
What's it doing?
No, it's just got this weird background on it now that no one. I didn't put it into it. It's fucking doing it. It's got a mind of its own, bro. I think the AI took over fucking Skype. Okay. I'm reading what was said real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, that Tommy won first, and then you had King Meow Meow.
Yeah. Okay.
Tommy's inner thoughts, and then King Meow Meow. Those are the two that I saw come in.
How's Chuck? Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's like, Scott, me and you have argued so much. Like, why do you even want to bother with it, dude? Like, I don't know. It's to the point where it's like, why do you even give a fuck what Ken is saying or doing, bro? Why do you care? I don't care about what you say and do. Why do you care? I just don't get it. I really don't get it, man. You know what? I do get it because it's like you say one thing, but in reality, it's opposite. Like, you do care what people think and say. Obviously, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be bothering with this shit.
He wouldn't be making videos. He wouldn't be making threats.
Yeah, you wouldn't give a fuck. But the minute somebody says something or does something, it's like you gotta go over the words because it proves to me you're inferior. You can't go by words. You can't just keep it words. It's got to always go to that next realm. You know, you're too much of a pussy to just keep it words. Obviously, and I'm not. I really don't. You know.
And we know that he's not going to visit anybody that he claimed or claims that he's going to visit because he's claimed that he's visited me in the past, and
I know
that was clearly a lie.
Yeah,
that still brings me a great smile.
Well, he said he was going to Texas. He said he was going to Texas.
Yeah, he said he was going there.
I'm going to be going with my parents, and I'm going to go visit them. You know, and that's another time where YR fucking just fled to us. Yo, dude, he's gonna. And now all of a sudden it's like, you know, buddy,
dude. Scott fucking literally said on a stream that I've played and reviewed multiple times is that he will go to Texas, he will keep him hostage, YR, he will and then torture him, and then after like a year or so, an extended period of time, he was going to murder him by decapitating him and making him watch, which means he's going to be holding him up to a mirror. Again, who's already I had to analyze this and think, well, how do you watch your own decapitation? There has to be some sort of reflection. I'm thinking to myself, this guy's so psycho that he'd fucking hold him in a chokehold in front of a mirror and be like, I'm gonna watch yourself die, and he'd like decapitate the guy like some fucking ISIS guy. So it's just like that. After that shit, he comes to us running like you're saying, and oh, help me, Ken, help me, Dave, and now he's just running with Scott again. Did he forget that, or is he just like Scott as well? Is he like Scott as well because he's so desperate in his life, he's got nothing going for him, that even his enemies he's willing to be friends with?
Spartan says, go make as many shorts as you need to, Scott. And you know, it's funny because like a couple of months ago, somebody sent me something that he was saying about somebody, and I looked, and it literally said like 5 people watched a short that he put out 7 hours before, and I'm like, dude, when 5 people,
nobody's
like,
watching,
dude, you're not reaching anyone that cares, bro. So like, you're talking,
and we know
you're talking to the person.
His own videos likes,
but yeah, he's obviously,
but
he's obviously using that thing just to talk to the person who he has a problem with, because if he thinks he's putting videos out,
no, nobody watches that shit. So really what it is it's personal therapy for him. He's just like, again, he's trying to act tough, but he knows nobody watches, especially us. So it's just like, you know, like, it obviously stuff comes along our desk, if you want to call it that, but we're not like subscribed to him. We're not following constantly what he's doing, so we don't know when there's a new video up or some other bullshit. So really, and again, this has always been the case. Because you can see it from the video content itself, this is not really addressing anybody. More so, it's like personal therapy. I'm as tough as I think I am. Look at me. I'm just gonna make a video, and
I won't see any of them.
Myself. You know.
I won't see any of them, bro. I won't see one of them. I won't hear one of them. I don't care. I don't care enough to go look. You know, I really don't give 2 fucks, bro. I really don't care. So if you're making videos on me and you're saying this and that, and you think I'm hearing it, and you're saying, that's what, you won't do that, right, Ken? And you're like talking to me like you used to, I'm not going to hear it. Sorry, but I don't hear it, and I don't give a fuck enough to even bother. So, and that seems to be the case for a lot of people that you think you're reaching in these videos. Is 4 or 5 people watching them, bro. And even if you have...
That's the same mentality that people think about me. It's like, they must be watching. They must. You know, people tell me, oh, this person made this video about you, that person. It's like, I don't care. Now, sometimes I'll be like, you know, because of the comments of, oh, you should have heard this. And it's like, well, maybe that'll be some good content for a diner or something like that. But am I actively watching, aware of, or subscribe to any of these jokers? No.
No, I don't see.
I mean, again, these things get brought to me, and it's fucking easy. It's so fucking easy to trigger these people, to fucking get them to respond and such. So, you know, again, what I do is really for entertainment, not just my own, but a lot of other people seem to love it. And, you know, again, it is what it is.
Yeah. So it really, you know, I'm not going to say it, so I really don't care. And as far as like after today, hey, you want to come at me on Thanksgiving? Oh, well, then I'll be waiting, I guess. And I'm going to be so scared. I'm so scared.
Was he referring to Canadian Thanksgiving, which is today, or is he referring to American
Who knows, bro? Who knows?
Really
Why is it even got to be on a holiday? Why is it going to be on a holiday? And thanks for at least letting me know the exact day. Like, you're a fucking retard, bro. People that I know...
He's done this in the past.
People that I know in real life, bro, if I showed them the shit you say and who you are, they would fucking, like... They would be like, dude, why do you even, like... bother with this guy? Like, this is like,
yo, I got an idea. I actually had an idea for the new show called Ken, like one of the segments called Ken on the Street, just talking to people in New York and stuff, because again, there's such eclectic types of people there. But imagine Ken walking on the street, filming himself, be like, hey, I do a show on the internet, check out what this one psycho said about me. And you have like New Yorkers read this shit off.
Oh god,
imagine the response and be like, hey, yo, I'd fucking murder this guy as soon as he showed up.
Well, dude, I used to show people that I knew that didn't watch my shit. I would be like, yo, watch what this guy says about me, or listen to what this dude says about my kids, or listen to what this guy threatened. And I would show them it, and they would sit there and laugh at it like,
see, that's
it's
visceral
jokeable
honesty that I think would be a great little segment for and we have so many segments. I have to stop writing ideas down, because like we have to actually start picking and choosing what we're going to use, because we have so many ideas.
I can't believe that he would think that we would go and like try to form an entire show on a Friday night just to fuck with him. Like, are you really, do you really think that I give a fuck about you like that? I mean, do you really think that way?
No, but that stems from the previous thought that apparently, again, this was news to me. Friday Night Fire was about Scott? Really? No, we saw an opportunity to do something different from the Saturday night show. We had this variety of different opinions and people there, and we thought all of us, you know, because we've worked in the past, would come together quite well, which we did, and provide a variety of opinions and ideas and such. Although Nikki did stay silent for a lot of that. But
I mean,
point
though,
is that
but
it was
can you blame me though, Scott? Honestly, can you blame me? I'm a dude who comes on here and I do streams, right? I barely ever mention you. There's so many times that I could just take what I see from you with other people and I can make jokes about it and make imitations and actually probably make some shit that people would start dying laughing over, right? But I don't even do that. I don't even do that. Dude, because it's like you can't play with you.
If you're really that scummy, Ken, if you're really that scummy, you put it behind the paywall.
Yeah, like what I mean,
that ability.
But like, it's not, to me. It's like, it's not worth it, because if I go and I imitate you or I make a song parody, it's got to be a whole bunch of threats and it's got to be a big fucking to do about it. And it's like, is it really worth that at the end of the day? No, it's not worth it. So, like, I don't fuck with you at all, and I don't fuck around with you, and I don't talk about you behind your back. I don't talk about you on air. I don't fucking, condone the shit that I hear about this or that. I've made it very clear. But the problem is, until I fall into place and until I listen to what you tell me to do, I'm the enemy. That's what it comes down to. I'm the enemy because I won't listen to what I'm being told to do. I'm sorry, but you're not my leader. You're not my father. And I'm not going to listen to you. And you're not going to scare me into submission like you do it at like some of these pussies that are around here. And some of them, you know what? I understand why they would run away, or they would leave, or they would act like they don't like this shit and they don't interact in it, because I get it. You could be a real scumbag and you can threaten people with your, and those are words, right? Those are words, I get it. But you're threatening like people's jobs and this and that, and you've actually went after people's jobs. You actually took people's jobs from them. Like, what's his name proved it. He showed it that you actually got him fired from a job. Yeah, like, so that right there is more than words. It goes beyond words. But you can't do that. You can't take it.
But some really good people in this community left specifically because of him. And I've got screenshots and stuff that prove this. I've got people who've told me that directly. But they've literally left because they just didn't want to deal with it anymore, and they felt threatened.
JB.
Because obviously this guy is a psycho.
JB's one of them. JB told me straight out, I left because of Scott. Straight up. I left because of
what cost us that.
Yeah, what the atmosphere that was created and the threats that were created and the behind the scenes craziness of fucking people that are willing to try to take your job and your welfare and your life away from you over YouTube shit. Like, get over it, dude. Get over it. I'm not your enemy. I really am not your enemy. If I'm sitting there and I'm imitating you and I'm doing shit and you don't like it, well, then stop fucking talking about me. Stop worrying about what I'm saying. Stop worrying about if I mention Omegle. Then you won't have that. Then I'm not on your radar. I'm not thinking about you. But you want it to where you can say and do whatever you want, and other people shouldn't be allowed to do what you do. But guess what, bro? I have free reign, free life. And you know what? At this point, I battened up the hatches so much that, come and get me. Come and get me. You can't get me. You can't touch me from any angle. And I could be very ruthless with you if I wanted to be, and I'm not. So my advice to you is, before you do something fucking stupid and get yourself back into the position where you're afraid for your shit, like you were a couple of months ago, you should stop. Stop, because you're just going to keep digging yourself deeper and deeper. But you know what? You won't take my advice, because you don't even take your own family members' advice. You won't even listen to your own fucking family. So why would you listen to any one of us? You obviously won't. But I'll tell you this right now. You go down that road, there's already eyes on you. There's already people hearing that you say these things and you do these things. And eventually, it's going to happen where you're going to say it again and again and again, and you're going to do it again and again and again. And then all of a sudden, this one person, this one time, this one incident, and you will pay dearly for it. You will pay dearly for it. And it will happen, because if you keep fucking tempting, and that's what I say to Dave and fucking Danny. You keep poking Scott and you keep saying things like, "Oh, sister loves my cake," or this or that. Not good, man. Not good. It's not good, because one day, even if it's not Scott coming back at you, you will pay the price for keep poking motherfuckers like that. You will. You will. I even told that to Danny straight up. Like, keep poking the bear like that, man. It's not good. That is not good to do. It's not. Now, if Dave wants to do that, none of my business. He does what he does. If it doesn't affect me.
But you just told me exactly that on air. There's no, and privately as well. But the point is that Ken will tell me.
Yeah, I don't need to say it on air. Like,
even if it's
You know, these people
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
"Oh, they
The
must have
point
something
is,
on
like, they're
Kenny.
like,
He's
they're
got to
like,
have
calls
something
out
on him."
Dave.
Yeah, he's got to have something on Ken, but they're not there when we have private. I don't need to do everything on air. You know, I don't need to speak to these people on air. Like, I could talk to them like a normal person and be like, dude, you know, like this or that. Because there's shit that I see that I do have commented off of air to people. I don't need to always go on air. So just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean it didn't happen. So, you know, sit there and listen. And I know you don't give a fuck. I know you don't care if I'm sitting there, not saying I'm defending you, but just saying, hey, it's not right what's being done. Leave him alone. Oh, but he does this to us. Yeah, I get that. But are you Scott? No, I'm not. Okay, so there you go, right? You got to have a difference between it. Unless you're the same person, then keep going. Then keep going. And I've said it a million times. I don't condone poking people and family and this and that, but you want to go right after my fucking family because I fucking said Omegle or because I did a song parody of what they were talking about at the time. Like, you can't laugh that off. It's got to go that serious to where it's now, your children are paying for it on Thanksgiving. Like, really? That's, you know, because that just shows that you're a weak fuck. Number one, you're not going to hurt anybody in my family. It won't happen. Number two, it shows you're a weak-minded, very weak-minded person. You're very weak. You're very predictable, and you're a mark. Anyone at any time with a little bit of smarts can work you the fuck up and ruin your whole week, ruin your whole day.
Actually, there's people who aren't even thinking about him will mention things like Omegle, and that will ruin his whole fucking month. But it was, again, never even addressed it because he's convoluting his mind to think it's all about me. Nothing's about you, Scott, unless we make it. So stop thinking that just because somebody says something that it has to be about you.
Well, I mean, the guy thinks streams are about him, shows are being made on him, and it's like, dude, get over yourself. Get over yourself.
Ken's talking to all these people in the background to, convince them to go against me. Ken's not doing that at all.
Yes, I do. Big Mark. Thank you, bro. No, I do, bro. Like, yeah, I'm loud. I'm boisterous. I'm emotional, right? But as soon as I turn this off, I'm Ken. You know what I mean? And, dude, I tried to give you a wrench, Sean. It won't let me. It literally will not let me. I'll fucking record it and show it to you. I go and I put standard monitor and I go to hit save and it won't fucking do it. It will not let me add people to get a wrench anymore. I don't know why. Maybe I'm
well,
like.
At least you can see him. I mean, you still can't see me.
Yeah, I know I cannot see you on there, but
it's
maybe
hilarious.
I think it might be because maybe I have too many wrench people. Maybe it won't let me wrench anybody else, but it won't let me do it. I'll literally record it for you and send it to you if you don't believe me. I will record it right now and I'll show it back to everybody. Here, look, I'm gonna record it right now. I'm gonna record this right now and show you right now. Hold on.
All right. Well, while you do that, I don't know if you want to keep talking about this topic. Again, I just called in to dispel Wire's lies, but I have no problem discussing the topic with you. But again, you guys have been talking about the recent conflict there in Israel, and I'm more than willing to discuss it. I heard you guys on Saturday with Mello talking about the topic as well, and you know it's still going on today. There was some fresh attacks and such, and the story continues to progress.
Look at this.
But
I'm hitting the save button right now, right? I'm hitting the save button. And I'm hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and it won't save. And the only way that it'll get out of this, even if I go to cancel and hit that and hit save. Nope, the only way that it gets out of that now is if I go and do that. So now I'm going to come on in the live stream now and I'm going to show you guys exactly what the fuck is going on when I go to fucking put somebody in as a monitor from here on out. It's not working. It's just not working. So here, hold on. Let me go in here. And I'll show you guys right now the deal. Okay. Now see right there, I'm hitting save, right? Hitting save, just won't do it. It won't do it. The only way to get out of there, it won't even go to cancel. It won't even go to cancel. And the only way to get out after I hit save 900 times is to just hit the fucking button like that and then back out. So here's the video again. Watch, it'll start over again. And then you'll see that I go and I hit on the person's name, right? I go and I hit on the person's name. Look, right in the chat. Look, I'm over there. Look, boom, I hit monitor. Look, add as monitor. Now look, go over to here, click standard monitor, bang, it's lit up. Go over to save, bang, hit save, hit save, hit save, hit save. You could see that I'm hitting it. It's lighting up a slight bit when I hit it. Look, see, hitting it, hitting it, hitting it, hitting it. It won't save, won't save, won't save. Go to cancel, won't even cancel now. Won't even light up. Won't even save, won't save, won't save. And then to get out of it, I have to press outside of that box to get that back down. So it's not letting me add monitors. There was someone else that was in here the other day that I have. He's a longtime friend of mine. He came into the chat for the first time and was watching us. And he was like, yo, make me a monitor. And I tried, and it wouldn't let me do it. And
wow.
Yeah, it just wouldn't let me do it. I don't know what the fuck, bro. I don't know. I might be maybe at the peak of wrenches that I can add. I don't fucking know.
I didn't even know that was possible to reach.
I didn't think that was. Yeah, I didn't think it was possible either. But for some reason, yeah, that's what's going on. So I have to like look into why it won't do that. So, yeah, you know. Oh God, if I give Danny MT a fucking wrench in my chat, I'm marked for death now. And I don't condone. And you know what? I've stayed away from giving Danny a wrench, and stayed away from like live streaming with him months ago when he was arguing and all this shit, because I just didn't want to get wrapped up. I do a Saturday night show where I don't talk about that shit. I don't go that route. I just have fun. I just try to have fun and do shit that way. And I didn't want to bring him on when he was calling me, and he doesn't call me all the time, but when he was calling me, I didn't want to bring him on and steer the show into a different direction with the guys that are on here that have no fucking clue about the drama whatsoever. I don't put people on my streams that are fucking knee deep in the drama. They're on there watching everything and hearing everything like some of these lonely fucking souls do, like Scott. They don't hear every fucking word and every fucking thing that was done. So I'm not going to bring somebody on who's going to sit there and talk about all the shit and only I and him know about it. Well, these guys are sitting there like schmuck saying, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't do that. So that's why I didn't bring him on for a while, because I was like arguing with those guys. And you know what? He might have came onto my stream and not even talked about it. And that's fine. But I've stayed away out of respect to people in the community, and I've stayed back from people to say, hey, you know what? Let them do what they're doing. Doesn't mean I'll never be friends with that person or have them on ever again. But right now, at this moment, just do your thing. I'm doing mine. I'm streaming with my people, and I'm not talking about you. If I start talking about you, then I should give you the right to come on to my shit then, which is true. If I'm going to start talking about you, then maybe if you want to come on, I should have you on. That goes for anybody. But I wasn't doing that. I don't even talk about you or anyone else, Scott, or anything else on a Saturday night. It'll very rarely ever get mentioned on my shit, right? That's out of respect to the people that are on there with me, are not on there to cover YouTube drama and to fight for me with you. So that's why I don't do that to them, right? So for weeks, for months, yeah, I didn't have Danny on or other people on that were fighting with you or whatever the case may be, right? But now you fast forward to this point, you got people that are cool with you, Scott, that you fucked with before in the past that said they'd never be friends with you or talk to you or interact with you, right? I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not calling those people out, even though they went back on their word, right? I'm not calling them out. I don't give a fuck, because I don't care what you do and who you have on and who you interact with. You could have on my worst enemy in the world, whoever that might be, and I wouldn't give a fuck. That's your own business. I wouldn't care. I don't care. How about you don't care, but you can't do that because you do care, and you care too much, and this shit means so much to you. This YouTube means so much to you. How come it means absolutely nothing to me in that area? The areas that that this shit means something to me in is my fucking people that I'm cool with, the people I interact with and I actually give a fuck about and care for, because they're good people. They're good enough to fucking throw me their hard-earned money because they know I bust my ass to do this. So they're good enough to do that and to come into my chat and to make me relevant and make my chat relevant and to actually give me their time. They actually give me their time. That's why I care about this thing. That's who I care about. I don't care about the other people that want to talk shit about me and shit on me and treat me like shit. I don't care about them. I don't hurt them. I don't talk shit about them. I just don't care about it. I care where my care should be. I focus where my focus should be. I focus on who I should be focusing on. The people that matter to me, the people that keep this going, not the people that want to hinder it and hurt it and fuck it up. I don't pay attention to those people. I don't give a fuck. It's as easy as pressing a button and getting rid of their comment and moving on with my life. Now, to you, it's a whole different situation because you can't just hit delete on a comment and move on with your life. No, you got to fucking say, you know what? If I can't get that person, I'll get the next best person that's friends with them. Or I'll fucking do this. How dare they fucking say this in a chat? How dare they say that in this chat with 3 people in it? How dare there's only 4 people watching the stream, but he said something about me in the chat, so now his daughters are dead. You know, that's because you care too much and you have nothing else to fulfill you in life. So this is what it is. This means all. This is all of it. This is all for you, bro. This is you. This is all you. This is all you, bro. You can't escape from this. You can't turn this off. You can't. Your whole life is built around it. Your whole life is built around it. You work out because people say you're fat. You work out and show because people say you can't punch a punching bag. You show your money because you might think people think you have a shit job and you don't make good money. So I got to show them my paycheck, right? That is a joke to me. That's hurtful. That's horrible that you let them get you like that, and it's horrible that they get you like that. But see, this shit's too deep for you. You can't understand what I'm saying right now, and you never will because you're not focused in on it. All you're focused in on is what you look like to people and what they think about you. That's all that matters to you. That's all that matters to you. I broke out of that jail a long time ago, buddy, what people think about me. I could give 2 fucks. I only care about the people that I care for, what they think about me. If those people think something bad of me, then I'd feel rotten. I'd feel rotten then because they matter. They matter to me because they take the time and I take the time and we give it to each other. You don't give me shit. I don't give you shit. You wish bad shit on me and my family for no reason. I don't do that to you. I don't do that to you. There's plenty of people that did horrible shit to you on here. Did I do some of that shit? No, I didn't. But because I'm affiliated with those people and I'm cool with them, then I'm a mark, right? But when it comes down to other people, it's okay though, right? Because you pick and choose. You pick and choose your battles, right? You can't just fight one naturally. It's all strategically picked and, oh, if this person's bad, then this one's affiliated, then that. It's like, dude, enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. I think like I said the other day, because I imitated you and I did a song parody, it's got to be like that. And I said, Scott, don't even let it go that route. Like, take it for what it is. But you can't do that.
It was totally harmful.
Exactly. I wasn't calling him a fucking.
That was.
Yeah.
You weren't doing an impression of him claiming to be a pedophile and saying like that you, I don't know, stalked out fucking kindergartens or something. It was literally a dueling scunties. And you guys were keeping it fucking clean, basically.
Yeah, it wasn't
nothing.
Not that serious.
Again, there was nothing to go psycho on and then say, I'm going to contact Ken's kids' schools. There was nothing of that. It was literally just really dumb, funny shit. But
yeah, no, that's
we're not allowed to have fun.
Yeah, no, that's not allowed either. Not on his watch. But then you say to yourself, okay, so if you don't want people to do that, you don't want song parodies from good old Ken, and you don't want me doing imitations or doing this and that, then don't fucking fuck with me then. If you don't want somebody poking you, don't fucking poke me. Why are you worried about if I mention Omegle? It has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with you. Why are you gonna mention me if I mention Omegle or something like that? Like, you didn't hear your name. Stop worrying about what I do. And the minute you stop worrying about what Ken's doing, I guarantee you we'll be just fine. We'll be just fine, because I don't worry about what you do. I never did. Oh, well, maybe one day I did, when I thought, I could be friends with this guy, and he's talented, and he's funny, and I could live stream with this guy with no doubt. I had fun with this guy. Maybe back then I did, because that was just the tip of the iceberg. But now I know who you truly, really are, and I want nothing to do with it, bro. And I don't wish any hurtful shit on you because I'm saying that. I don't. I wish you luck. I really do. I hope you're happy, but obviously you're not. Because anybody that's got to come on here and show their pay stubs and show that they work out and show this and that and prove all kinds of shit, that's sad. That is fucking sad. That these people can manipulate you so easily that they know what you're going to say and do at the drop of a hat. It's fucking sad, bro. It's really sad. You know, and I said it the other day, like, when is Scott going to wake up and say, wow, you know what? At least Ken's kept it real with me, bro. The guy has never, I have never flip-flopped on him. I have never fucking one day out of nowhere acted, and he's tried to do it with me, where he said it a million times. Oh, I came into the chat and I was saying good things about you. What does that mean? That I'm supposed to just drop everything that's happened and be friends with you again and set ourselves up to go down that same road anyway, again and again and again and again? You might be crazy, and I might be crazy, but I'm not as crazy as you. I'm not going to come on here and keep repeating the same bullshit. I did it once. I did it twice. I may have did it a third time. I'm not going for a fourth and a fifth and a sixth like some of these people do. I'm just not doing it. I'm not playing that game anymore. I haven't played it in months, years. I haven't done it in years. Not going to do it again. I'm not going backwards. I'm not going backwards. People talk shit. They want to say, oh, look at Ken's numbers and look at this and look at that. Okay, that's great. You can make fun of me all you want. Oh, my numbers dropped. Oh, well. I have such support even from day one that I have now. The same type of support that I had from day one, I still have it now. I don't measure my channel in subs. I don't measure it in fucking view counts. You know, I don't measure it in wrenches. I don't measure it in anything but that. I don't measure it in any shape or form. I don't measure my channel by that, and I will never do it. I don't give a fuck enough to measure my channel by popularity. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not on here fucking deliriously, you know, trying to be a fucking YouTuber at any cost and maximize my views and no. And if people want to fucking have people on and fight with each other and shit, and that's what they want to see, hey, you know what? Like, I'd be willing to do it for the people that support me. If they say, hey, Ken, we'd like to see you do this or do that, I'll do it. I don't give a fuck. I'll do anything for the people that support me. But for me wanting to do that, no, I really don't want to do that because I don't want to fight with somebody that I've fought with a million times already. Like, what could we possibly say to each other that's going to change anything?
And why can't anybody basically say, this is my thought on this person. I don't want anything to do with it. I've tried multiple times and obviously it doesn't work. So you know what? I'm perfectly content with never dealing with this person and not, like, again, shaking hands and like, no, there's been too much shit that's been done to us that for us to just say, oh, well, you know what? All's forgiven. No, how about this? Nothing's forgiven. Leave me the fuck alone. And yeah, I can make a joke about you or I can fucking say whatever I want. And if you're the one who's going to get, you know, I guess triggered by it because it actually is reflecting something in reality, that's on you.
Now, see, I'll say a little bit different than what you just said. Like, all is forgiven, but all is not forgot. And that's why I don't fuck with you. And that's why you shouldn't fuck with me. We don't get along. We obviously have a problem. I don't like some of the shit you do when I'm friends with you. And you obviously don't like some of the shit I do. So there's no reason for us to be friends. There's no reason to do anything other than just go our separate ways.
I don't owe him forgiveness. I don't owe anyone forgiveness. That's a simple fact.
I'll give anybody forgiveness that will give me...
And nobody owes any forgiveness to anyone else.
Well, I'm saying I'll give anybody forgiveness that will give me forgiveness of the things that they think I did wrong to them. No problem. I have no problem doing that. But
every time they fucking change their opinion on you, like this guy who's like, oh, now I'm cool with Ken. Oh, no, he mentioned Omegle. Now I'm back. I mean, it just... You're going to keep forgiving him sort of thing?
No. I see you're not getting it. Like, I'll go to that point. I'll forgive the past and you'll forgive me of the past, of the things that you think I did wrong, the things that I think you did wrong, and we could even shake hands and go our own ways. If you want to continue to sit there and talk shit about me or flip-flop and say, well, you know what, this month I don't like him, I think he's a scumbag, that's fine. I'm not even paying attention to it enough to even know you even said it. Because if I'm willing to say, okay, I will forgive you and you forgive me, I'm not forgetting what you did. And that's why I'm not friends. That's why I don't live stream. That's why I don't interact. That's why I don't mention. Because I'm not willing to go, you're dead to me. You're dead to me. We gave it enough chances to be friends and to be cool with each other. It's obviously not going to work. So I should be dead to you too. But you're not enough of a man to fucking sit there and say, okay, I don't have to worry about what this guy says. Fuck him. He don't like me. I don't like him. And whatever. I don't care what he says. How come I could do that? You can't do that, Scott? I could do that. I don't give a fuck what you say about me. You could say a million fucking things about me. I don't even need to address it. But if the shoe's on the other foot, oh my God, it's so detrimental. Oh God. You know, Dave said all this shit about me. I'll just go after Ken now because of the affiliation. Like, it's not that serious to me. I don't give a fuck. It's not that serious to me, bro. This is YouTube. Get a grip. There's worse things going on in this world than fucking calling up kids' schools and doing this and doing that. And if that's what you want to focus on, then go ahead and focus on that. We'll see how far that gets you in life. There's a reason why you're sitting there with a nice paycheck and all the nice things you have with no one to share it. There's a reason for that. There's a reason.
And again, he can put out a $2 million fucking gross or, you know, even net income, and he still doesn't have what you have or what other people have. But
doesn't.
You, for example, is that you
and
have
I make
all
more
this
money than
love
him.
that surrounds you. You
and
have
I make
family,
Dave,
you have something that you've built,
and I make more money than him. But you know, who's bragging? I mean, who's bragging?
But the point is, even if he was, because again, this is like this whole lonely millionaire type mentality. He's trying to it's like, look at me, I'm so wealthy, but I've got to prove it.
Yep.
And you must be jealous because you don't make as much as me. It's like you're just projecting again, because the fact is, Ken could make fucking $30,000 a year, but he's got a wife, a hugely supportive, loving wife. He's got 2 beautiful children. He's got a house. He's got a father that actually is alive and cognizant. He's got a lot of blessings.
I got a lot of
fucking
shit to be thankful
fans,
for. Period.
A lot of fucking friends. So
does he. And so does he. But see, that's what the problem is. He don't focus on that.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
The thing is, though, he does to everyone else. He basically tries to make them a hostage. So he only associates with people, like he associates with the people that he knows try to fuck him over the past. But because he has no one else, and he's so desperate for affirmation and a sense of belonging, that he's like, fuck it, Simo, I know that you called me a pedo and said that you had all this info that you're going to release publicly, but I'll still associate with you because you're against these other people. That's how pathetic his life is. He doesn't have real friends.
You know, and
just users.
I've taken, and Dave knows, I've taken so much heat for being cool with Dave still, right? But in my mind, I say to myself, well, okay, if there's people out there that can forgive Scott and Scott can forgive them and they can come together and talk like nothing ever happened, why is there a problem that I'm still cool with Dave? I don't give you a problem about who you're being cool with and who you forgave and who you shook hands with after arguing with them or what they've done to me or anyone else. I don't give a fuck. Why do you care what I do? Why do you care that I'm friends with Dave? Why do you care that I called into Dave's stream and Danny was on and we started joking? Like, what's the problem? My kid's got to be threatened over it? Really? Really? That just proves you're an insecure fucking like piss poor of a man. You're not even a man. You'll never be a man. You don't know what it is to be a man. If you did, you wouldn't have a problem with what I do at all. You wouldn't have a problem with it because you could say to yourself as a man, well, I made up with these people and I'm willing to shake hands and move on with these people and be friends with them again. He could do the same thing. But you don't think like that. You just think, no, this is what I want. This is the way that I want it. And if it's not this way, I don't care if it's fair or not. I'm going to have a problem with it. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know if your parents ever told you, but life is not fair. Life is not fair. And you know what we do when life's not fair? We deal with it. Grown-ass men and women deal with it. But obviously you can't. It's got to be, detrimental to your life to where you got to threaten people on Thanksgiving Day. Wait till Thanksgiving. I'm still waiting for last fucking Thanksgiving. I'm still waiting for Christmas. You told me wait till New Year's. Dude,
that's why I said earlier is that he had said that multiple times and actually stated dates. He was like,
I know.
Just wait for,
I
this
know.
date.
And then what is he doing on that date?
Coming.
Twiddling his fucking thumbs like a pussy like he is. Nothing. He does nothing. Nothing. He won't meet you. He might call you a job. He might fucking act like he's not a psycho to a boss on a phone call and do all that shit, that hurtful, horrible shit that you do to people. I've done nothing remotely close to that. And people see it. I don't need to go out there and be like, yo, why are you guys friends with Scott, man? Look what he does. Look what he does. Hey, if they know what you do. If they want to be cool with you, that's their business. I've never spoken to one motherfucker in this community, not one Not one. And said to them, yo, you shouldn't be friends with Scott, bro. You shouldn't live stream with him. You really shouldn't talk to him. You really shouldn't do this or do that. The only time I've ever said anything remotely close to that is when people have come to me and asked me my opinion. I don't go out of my way to tell people what they should and they shouldn't be doing with other people. It's none of my business. I don't care what you do with him. I don't care what you do together. I don't care that you're on a phone call with a guy who said that they would never talk to you ever again and they were afraid for their own lives. I don't care. It's none of my business. You want to be cool with them and they want to be cool with you, they'll learn their lesson. You'll learn your lesson on your own. I don't need to do anything with it. I don't have any reason to be a fucking part of it. You'll learn on your own. Whether that's good or bad outcome, I don't fucking know. I think I know, but maybe I'm wrong. But it remains to be seen. So, hey, you want to threaten my kids again? Go right ahead, bro. You're going to make a very bad mistake one day, and you're going to pay for this shit. If you can't keep going around in life just threatening people and getting away with it, it's going to catch up to you. It's going to catch up to you. And if you keep doing it, and I know you don't give a fuck. What's the skin off your back? No skin off your back, right? To go threaten some dude's innocent kids. No skin off your fucking back, right? I mean, so what do you care, right? What the fuck have my kids ever done to you? You can't threaten me. You can't take it out on me. You can't say names and words about me. You got to go to that next fucking realm, right? You got to go to that next realm because you're a fucking insecure little faggot boy that you know, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to beat him with my words. I have to go this next route. I have to. I have to do this. You know, so you got to do what you got to do. I wouldn't expect anything different out of you. That's why when I did that whole fucking song parody thing with Dave the other night, I knew right away, yeah, the threats will be coming. And sure enough, here they are. And you know what? I don't need YR with his ashtray head coming in here telling me. And I don't have a problem with YR or Jacob RP. I don't. I think of them just the way I should. And who they are, because they've proven to me who they are. And I don't think they're bad people. I just think that they don't have much common sense, and it's sad to see grown men so worried and so enthralled and so wrapped up in this shit that this affects them even when they turn the button off to the computer. It's sad. It really is sad because it's like, those poor people must be sitting in their beds late at night, 3 a.m, thinking about YouTube and the people that are on it. Because I'll tell you what, I sure as hell ain't.
I'm sleeping like a baby.
And if I'm thinking of anybody or anything, I'm thinking of the good shit and the good people that I have on here. That's what I pay attention to. And maybe you guys should start paying attention to the people that like you and that are there to support you and have fun with you, the small amount of people that you do have, and maybe put that focus and that energy into those people. And what they want to see you do and what they want to hear from you. And if they want to see and hear something that's horrible and bad and it's fucking with other people's lives and threatening people, well, then you know what? You shouldn't listen to them. But who the fuck am I to tell you that? You should have enough common sense to know that on your own. But if you want to paint yourself as some scumbag, then go ahead. You do it yourself, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know? And as far as like me doing anything with people, listen, if the people that watch me want to see me scream with Mars, then maybe I'll do it if he's down. If the people that watch me don't want to see that, well, then I'm not doing it for my own pleasure because I don't have anything bad to say to these people. I don't hate these people. I don't have a problem with these people. I don't sit there hoping that they fucking, their lives are fucked or they're unhappy or I don't hope that on them. I don't even hope it on my worst enemy. So why would I do that to them? You know, like I said before, if there's a beef, I'm sure people have enough balls to come to me to talk to me about it. You know? So there is no beef as far as I'm concerned. But if it's as simple as, hey, you know, no, people just want to see the interaction and see what's said and hear what's said, I get that. And that's fine. And if people want to see me do that, then I'll do it. I don't have a problem with that. You know, I got a biggest fat mouth as anybody else does, right? So let's do it. But other than that, no. I don't have any ill will or hate towards anybody. I don't. I didn't even have it against Scott. I don't know why we can't come to the point where I could fuck around with Scott and Scott could fuck around with me. It doesn't mean we have to be friends. You know, we could just use words against each other and then it would be entertaining and funny. But it can't go that route. It can't go that route because every time you go that route with him, it turns out to be threats against your kid, against your job, against your life, against the, every kind of, and it's always got to be tied into a holiday. I'm going to ruin your Thanksgiving. I don't even care about Thanksgiving to begin with, you fucking idiot. So if you want to ruin a fucking holiday for me, there's really no holidays you can ruin for me because I don't fucking celebrate holidays anymore anyway. So I really don't give a fuck. But hey, if that's what you want to do, it just makes me laugh, bro. Like I'm laughing more than I'm afraid or I'm upset by it, honestly. It's like weird. It's weird that a person would be out there going, you wait till Thanksgiving. Who the fuck says that, bro? Who says that? You know what? You just pissed me off today. Wait till New Year's. I know it's 3 months away, but you just wait. You wait till Easter Sunday. You just wait till Easter Sunday. Hey, you know what? You wait till President's Day. Like, shut the fuck up, you weirdo.
Some obscure fucking National Sliced Cheese Day.
Yeah, you wait till Mother's Day. You wait till, fucking Refrigerated Day. Like, dude, stop. Just stop. You look like an idiot. Do you ever wonder why nobody fucking supports you and you have, like, just a handful of fucking weirdos that nobody else likes that link themselves to you because they're just the same as you? Like, concentrate on them, bro. You know what I mean? Concentrate on the small amount of scumbags that are around you and that want to see you. Dude, these people don't give a fuck. I tried to say that to Scott a million times, and you know what? It's not a fact of Scott doesn't realize this and someone needs to tell him that. No, Scott realizes he gets used, and Scott don't care because Scott wants to be used.
Yep, because it's the only interaction he'll get with another human being.
And if he had enough pride for himself, he would say, no, YR, no, this guy, no, that guy. You're not using me for your own fucking. But he doesn't. He doesn't have that respect for himself because if he did, he wouldn't be making videos of, look at me punch a bag. I could punch a bag. I'm a man with 2 legs and 2 arms. Yeah, no shit. Look at my paycheck. He wouldn't be doing these things if he cared about himself. He doesn't care about himself, obviously. He doesn't have enough respect for his name and who he is, obviously, because he wouldn't be doing this stuff. He wouldn't be focusing in on it. He wouldn't give a fuck what Fat Mouth Ken says on a fucking stream with guys that are saying things that they're saying about. He wouldn't give a fuck about it. But he does. He does. And he wants to be used. And it's not a question of Scott should know this. Like, those guys are just fucking using him for their views. And you know what? He knows he is, YR. Come on, bro. If you know you called back into the stream right now, you know you would agree with me, bro. You don't give a fuck about Scott. You never did. You don't like Scott. You've said so much vile shit just like he said about you in the past. You don't like him one bit. You don't give a fuck about his welfare or his fucking life or his stress level or his job or his nothing. You don't care. You don't care. You know that just as well as I do. But if that's the game you want to play, that's on you. It's not on me. I don't call you and tell you not to do it, that you're playing with fire and you're going to get burnt again. Nope. I don't even warn you because it's none of my business. So maybe moving forward, don't worry about what I do and who I hang out with and what I say. But you can't do that because you're not a real man. So none of yous are. So worry about what I'm saying and doing, and that's fine. You want to threaten me and threaten my kids and threaten all these holidays for some weird reason, then go right ahead, bro. Do what you got to do. You don't scare me. You don't scare me. And until the day I see you standing in front of my face, I don't give a fuck. How about that? I don't give a fuck. So, I'm going to be wrapping this up soon, Dave. You have anything else you want to say or anything else you want to talk about?
Well, yeah, I don't know, because 50 minutes in and I joined, but I don't know if you talk too much about what's going on in Gaza.
No, I mean, I touched on it in the beginning and shit, but I mean, by the hour, shit is changing as far as like what is going on, and honestly, there's no end to this. This is going to go on for a long time, and because of the government that we have, things are going to get really bad because there's nothing in the U.S. that's like sturdy and like can protect them. We can't even like protect ourselves or give ourselves a pat on the back at this point, the U.S. So how the fuck are we going to do that with Israel or anybody else? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's the problem is that the globalists really do want to see a war between Iran and the West, and they sent a carrier group into the Middle East. They're directed to off the shore of Israel to show support, which again is it's bad. Biden, everything foreign policy of Biden has been fucking terrible since day one. You guys talked about the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump did warn about this. I mean, he was even tweeting prior. He's like, he doesn't want to see the world at war. And he's, was saying just get Democrats in there and I'll promise you that they're going to do this sort of thing. So they're going to instigate things. And, it's right now, like you said, everything is changing. But, a lot of people are questioning, including people who were or are in the military of Israel, said, how the fuck did all these Palestinians get in? Again, when there's an operation that goes down like this, there's a lot of what they call chatter. So Mossad, for example, their CIA, they're probably the most powerful of all the intelligence agencies of the world, and they've got all this stuff that monitors all these developments, these videos that people make. They've got, again, they've hacked into phones and stuff and downloaded these videos. But the day of this invasion, which required at least 3-4 weeks of planning, because it was obviously well coordinated, the Iron Dome system was down. The one that's touted around the world, even being trying to be sold to America by Israel, where it can take down, missiles and such. It was down that day. There was some sort of problem. And yet again, the intelligence industry with Hamas at the head, there's other ones in Israel, they were
Dave,
caught
can you see me?
unaware. Can I see?
Dave?
Yeah,
Can you see me? Yeah?
Yeah.
Look, did you see what I put up? Look.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I put a fucking awning up. But yeah, you're right about that. What you said right there, you nailed it on the head as far as like with what.
Now I can't hear you. You muted yourself, Ken. Ken. There we go.
Sorry. No, I was saying you're right. You're dead on with what Israel is doing to combat like what's going on right now. They're not helping the situation out at all because they're sending missiles over to Gaza and it's landing and hitting and killing innocent people too. Like,
yeah, but again, what I said previously makes you question, is this just justification to start another war? Again, things like this, wars don't happen by accident. The people that fund them actually fund both sides. And the bottom line is that this is the perfect distraction, I guess, from a lot of different things going on right now, but specifically Ukraine and how they're losing badly against the Russians. And now people are just fucking tired at the fact that like Canada, 9.6 billion given to Ukraine. And all these different things. America, I think you guys are just about to hit $100 billion. $100 billion with all the people fucking suffering right now, inflation going crazy, people living on the streets and stuff. All your hard-earned money has been just given to fucking Ukraine when it really is just fucking this. You see this evidence. People are arrested in Ukraine because they get found out that they were embezzling that money, and like their apartments covered with fucking briefcases full of fucking American funds. They end up going out in public being photographed in a new vehicle, and their vehicle's a fucking Ferrari or something. Like, this whole shit, people are tired of it. And obviously this is a big distraction, but people got to question, how the fuck did Hamas get into Israel so quickly without being confronted? Because the southern border is, because it's also with Egypt, is fiercely guarded. They've got fucking tanks on there. They've got these bulldozers because they constantly go into the Palestinian territories and bulldoze houses. So it's fucking, they're armed to the teeth. Apparently even Dimona, which is their site of their nuclear reactor, which also makes weapons-grade plutonium for their unannounced nuclear weapons program, they had an attacker get there, but they were supposedly well defended. But again, something like that couldn't have just happened by accident. Israel is never caught off guard with these sorts of things. In fact, they've launched in the past 2 preemptive fucking wars against other countries because
Yeah,
they
and
had
you know-
information to say, fuck it, we're not going to wait to be attacked. We're attacking.
And dude, you know, so when this shit first went down, and when Shannon was talking to me, she said something like, "Oh, you know, like you're telling me that nobody knew that this was going to happen, like nobody preemptive knew about like what they were planning to do and how they were planning to attack certain areas, because it was well planned." And she was right. And then I get onto the stream later on that night, and Mello said the same thing. And when he said that, I was thinking to myself, yo, that is a good observation, because really the more you think about it and the more you think about what happened, once you start hearing like how it happened and what they did and who they killed, and you're like, well, how the fuck didn't nobody know about it? And somebody on the news said that, oh, this is Israel's Pearl Harbor. This is Israel's 9/11.
I've heard that bullshit. Yeah,
right? But wait a second. Listen, what happened on Pearl Harbor? What happened on 9/11 that's similar? Besides people being killed and somebody surprisingly striking you, what's the one similarity between all those events? The similarity is that people thought people knew about it before it happened and they let it happen, right? Pearl Harbor, you find out that they let it happen, right? Fucking 9/11, you find out that, oh, they let it happen, right? So maybe this is just like what they said, you know, Shannon and Mello brought up the fact that people knew about this. You know, maybe it is. Maybe it might not be your 9/11 like people are saying, or Pearl Harbor, or as bad as that. But motherfuckers knew that this was going to happen. People fucking knew that this was going to happen. You know? That's the problem that I have. People knew that people were going to be killed, and they fucking let it happen. You know? You there, Dave?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, especially with the example of again, knowing that something's going to happen and you allow it to happen. It could be beneficial if you want to do certain things. So,
and people died, bro. Like, you're willing, you know, it's man.
It's so fucked up that we have people on our earth that are our leaders that will say, hey, you know what, a couple of people, you know, a couple hundred people die, and then we'll be able to do this, and that, you know, like what they did on 9/11, because they knew it was coming, or what they did on Pearl Harbor. Yeah, you know, let these sailors and all these people die. We know it's going to happen, but we need this to happen so we can go to war. You know, and it's like, man, if we have people that are running our world that are willing to sacrifice us to go to war or to get what they need, man, we are in a fucked up place, bro. And it never stops. It's never going to stop. You know, so the world, unfortunately, is ran by fucking idiots. You know?
And evil people, because again, they'll fund both sides of this war, and again, who benefits? Nobody really. Well, the elite do, because war is great when you have George Orwell explained this perfectly in 1984.
Dude,
you have two opponents that are constantly you know, at each other. If you fund both sides, you've got perpetual war, which means you're always making money. So who cares if the
Can I ask you this real quick? Does YR, like, is he afraid to talk to you or something?
Probably.
Because he's in there saying, Ken isn't the only one being threatened, guys, and stop harassing me with your Skype calls. Bro, I called you once, like, get a grip. I was going to see if you wanted to come on and fucking tell us, like, are you the spokesman for Scott now? Or are you, like, what, I don't know what angle you come from, because you always come from some fucking weird shit. It's like you'll come in here and you'll call me right at the drop of the hat at the beginning of the stream, but you won't speak to Dave. That's weird. You'll talk to Scott, but you won't speak to Dave. But that's none of my business, nor would I give a fuck about it, and nor would I be calling you out for it if it wasn't the fact that you have a problem with what I do, and you have to fucking mention what I'm doing and what I'm saying and what I'm not doing and what I'm not saying. So what's the problem with me doing that? So, and nobody's harassing you, YR, okay? Stop the shit. Stop the shit. So I don't know, man. It's just never ending with some of these fuckers, bro. It's just never ending bullshit. Like, God almighty, dude. The fuck. This is too fucking serious. Too serious. God.
And again, you get me and Ken on a call. We don't intend nor want to discuss drama. And very rarely, if ever, do I say, hey, Ken, let me bring this up. Because I know, because I talked to Ken, and it's like, I don't care. I don't want to know. I do my own thing. So, like, yeah, okay, you do yours, Dave. But, yeah, don't, bring it up, blah, blah, blah. And I've purposely not done that anytime I do, call in. But, again, we have no interest. If you and I just get to talking, we'll talk about conspiracies. We'll talk about this, like, what's going on in real world stuff, because that stuff matters to us.
Yeah.
Even things domestic policy, like, strategic petroleum reserve is fucking down. Now we're going to face huge prices on fucking gas. But we'll talk about normal things.
And if I was into the drama between each other, and I gave a fuck more about that than I did about what's going on in the world and innocent people being killed and murdered and all this shit happening to us in America and all over the world, I would think to myself, like, I'm a selfish piece of shit. I'm more worried about my own fucking little beefs that I have with people on the internet than I am about the big picture. And that's just not me, bro. Because, like, when there's innocent people being killed and fucking babies and women, and they had these women fucking, like, in a pile. They had dead women in a pile, babies and young women and older women in a pile that they fucking destroyed their bodies and killed them, and they're being dumped in the middle of the street in a pile of women. Like, if you could come onto the internet and worry about your petty little bullshit after seeing that, well, then you're a fucking self-centered, disgusting person in my eyes. There's a time where you say, oh, you know what? Our fight between us really isn't that big of a deal, man. Look what's going on. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, I could forgive and forget, like, right now. I could just wipe it clean and I don't have a problem. How come other people can't do that? Because they're so worried about what people think of them. And they're so worried about what they look like to the outside world. Like, they're selfish. They don't give a fuck about the big picture. They don't care about other people. They don't care about other people, obviously. Maybe I care too much. But that's who I am, because I actually give a fuck about people and their lives and if they're doing good or not. That's why I always say I'm not your enemy and I don't wish anything bad on you. Like, if I say I don't give a fuck what you're doing or who you're hanging out with, like I said it a million times, that's not me saying I don't care, you could die tomorrow and I wouldn't give a fuck about what you're nothing to me. You're a nobody to me. That's not what I'm saying. And I know some people like YR or Scott or other people might think that's how I'm saying it, but that's not how I'm saying it. I'm saying it in the breath of, like, I don't give a fuck because I don't care enough about our petty little beefs to, like, really put too much time and effort into it. I really don't. But that's not me wishing bad shit on you. Like, it's weird how the priorities of some people, man, it really, their heads are up their fucking asses, and I could make a fucking living on it. I could make a living on it, bro. I could come on here every night calling motherfuckers out in this community night after night, and I'd probably make some good shit from it too. I'd probably make some really good streaming from it, but I don't care about it that much. I really don't care enough to fucking let it take all my focus.
Until somebody decides to be stupid and threaten your kids yet again.
Yeah, well, you know what? Like,
if you just leave Ken alone, he'll do impressions and shit, and that's the worst. Again, oh, that's so bad. Really? An impression is fucking bad? You got to start impersonating me so, like, we can just show these idiots that, no, an impression can be funny, and you really got to loosen up there.
Let it go, dude. Like, I'm not threatening your family or hurting your name or fucking, trying to ruin your life. Like, the fuck? Why you got to do that to me? Because I spoke to somebody in a chat? Because I interact with Dave Rose? Like, really? That's Man, you take this way too serious. God damn, bro. And YR, really, honestly, I know you for so fucking long, dude. You don't even understand me still. You just don't understand me. You just don't really know me at all, bro. You might think you do, but you don't, bro. For you to sit there and to be like, you know, so worried about this and that, and to know that I would really not give a fuck, and I'm not against you. Like, you break my balls, you say what you say, treehouse and this and that. Like, I never took it serious to begin with. I never took that serious to begin with enough to be like, fuck YR. They're saying that I'm making a treehouse. Like, I didn't care enough to fucking be mad at that. And then when I hear him say, oh, well, Ken, there's no reason to be mad over that, bro. We're just kidding around. Like, I'm sitting here saying, yeah, I get that. That's not my problem. I don't have a problem with that. Like, what the fuck, dude? But, you know, listen, I mean, if they don't understand by now, I don't think they ever will. So let's just leave it at, you don't know me, and I guess I don't know you, and leave me the fuck alone, because I don't care what you do and who you talk to and who you hang out with. I'm more worried about the big picture, and I don't disrespect the friends that I have on here that come on here on a Saturday night with me and start making the show about me and my petty fights with them. Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't disrespect my friends like that. They come on here and they have fun with me. They help me out. I'm not going to hit them with well, let's talk about my beef with YR. Let's talk about my beef with Scott. Let's make it about that. I don't have to do that. I'm not a one-trick pony. You know, I'm not a guy who has to come in here and fucking do that.
But more importantly is that you're not sour like this guy is. You're content and happy. Like you said, you're the happiest you've ever been. Like,
well, not ever been,
all
but
these things that
yeah, I'm happy that I've been in a long time, because I just, like, my mom passed, all this shit happened, but I'm honestly thankful for where I'm at.
I think the word is content.
Yeah, I am.
You understand that, you know, life is what it is.
Yep.
There's ups and downs, but you're content because you flip a switch, you're back to Ken. Normal life. Beautiful family, supportive friends, house, vehicle, long-time job, never fired because you called in drunk, like others. So again, you are content with all that you have, and it doesn't matter if somebody puts a check in front of you and says, well, I made 10 times more than you did. And you just say, I've got more than you ever will have. And you can't even fucking put a fucking value on, you know, again, having the family that you have and having the life that you have and the support that you have. Like, nobody can fucking throw money at you and be like, I'm better than you, because, like, it doesn't matter. The money they're throwing can't buy what you got.
And you know what? Like, if somebody doesn't have what I have, I don't think I'm, like, because that was the problem with Jacob RP, like, because he was on there saying, you know, he thinks he's better than us because he has a family, and he keeps saying it. Well, I have a family, and I was like, I never said that once, like, in that form. Never said that once. Like, I got kids and a family, that makes me better than you. I'm a dad, that makes me better than you. I'm married, that makes me. No, never. Go back and listen to my shit.
You've never said that, and you've actually brought that up multiple times. It's like, why are you bringing this shit up, Skunt?
If
because
that
the fact is that I've never said, because I've got a family or I've got this or that I'm better than you. In fact, I don't even have to fucking show it.
Yeah.
Because I'm content.
And dude,
I'm content knowing that I have this.
Yeah, and dude, you know what? If Jacob RP is happy with the life that he has, well, then he's killing it too. And like, you don't need a family or friends or this or that to have a good life. Like, you can fucking, if being happy is what you're doing, well, then you're killing it and you're happy. As long as you're happy, who gives a fuck? If somebody else sits there and goes, well, he shouldn't be happy, who the fuck am I to judge whether you should or shouldn't be? You know, like, oh, he doesn't have a family or a lot of friends, he shouldn't be happy. How is he happy? Fuck that. That's not, like, who the fuck am I to put you know, what happiness is on you know, to label it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe happiness to you is having a nice little job, coming home and going out with your friends to the bar, or linking up with women, or, you know, maybe that's your happiness. Well, then if it is, then I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. I'm not saying whether it's better or not. Like, I've never done that, and that's what I was accused of, which is funny, because no, I don't think I'm a better person than anybody because I have a family. Okay? Never did, never will think that way. So no, that's not what happened. And you know what? YR in the thing saying, well, you're not the only one being threatened. Well, I don't know that you're being threatened, dude. Who's threatening you? If somebody's threatening you, you should handle it or ignore it.
But he comes. But again, you said this earlier, is that he comes back to you running like, oh my God, Ken, I said shit, I couldn't back up, and please protect me. It's like, why does Ken, or anyone for that matter, owe this guy protection for his own actions? You fucked up, you find out. I mean, stop going back to all these people like, please defend me. You did it to yourself.
I don't care, whatever you guys want. Yeah, I don't know, man. We all know each other for so fucking long. It's like, how do you keep coming back to this? And if there isn't people like what I'm saying, then where the fuck do we go? Like, you know what I mean? How many times are we gonna go down this fucking road? It's so fucking gay, and it's so lame, and it's so fucking just stupid. It's fucking stupid. I made a stupid fucking song parody. I said something about a 16-year-old. Who gives a why do you care that much that you got to threaten my kids? Why? Why? Because this is everything to you, right?
Dude, did you see what YR wrote in your chat story? But, like, he's lying again. Stop harassing me with the Skype calls to
You got called once, bro. I could show everybody. You got called once, bro.
Like, what the fuck?
You got called
again,
once,
with
bro.
the lies. You get,
nobody's
again,
doing
your
that.
own actions dictate this, and you're exposed yourself.
Yeah, it's fucking lame, dude. It really is, bro. Like,
come on, Ken, love me, Ken.
Like, YR, you know I don't have, like, you should know I have no issue with you, but like you should know that by now, but you obviously don't. So I don't know if it's like stupidity or it's you refuse to, or you doing this all on purpose. I don't know which one it is. All I know is I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't hate on you. I don't wish anything bad on you. Moving forward,
Personally,
I
wonder why Ken still associates with YR.
Well, I really don't. I don't. I've had him blocked, and I don't say a word. I don't go on his streams no more. I don't listen to him. I don't even listen to him. You know what I mean?
No, it's not that. It's the fact that, you let him on the call. Like, as opposed to me, for example, who just cuts anyone off. Again, I fucking, haven't fucking unblocked Scott since years ago. But, regardless is that, who cares, really, in the end, is that people can call into other shows, people will decide who gets on there, but even if you disagree with them, that's not, like, again, there's no reason for somebody to say, well, you associate with that person, I'm going to now attack your kids, like, or I'm going to call your family or blah, blah, blah. It's unnecessary. Especially if you consider everyone else autistic, because Scott's been saying that. NYR, actually, to be quite honest.
Yo, listen to this.
I believe you got.
Yo, Ken is on a call with a guy who disrespected his wife. These people are so dumb. These people are so dumb. Like, I didn't speak to Dave and show him that I was mad of what went on that point. Like you small-minded fucking random people are so pea-brained. And you have no fucking grasp of reality at all. Everything is just like the surface for you people. It's so fucking just sad that like people are this narrow-minded and fucking retarded.
If I remember correctly, Cronin's also said some things about your wife on call, whether it be shock jock style or not. But I mean, I do remember that he's said things about Shannon, again, in what could be misconstrued as something offensive. But then again, Shannon is the best of them as well. She can fucking handle her own shit. And, what, you're expecting Ken to fight her battles for her? But regardless, Ken, is honest, and he did say, I don't necessarily agree with this, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so did you say that about Joe Cronin when Dave and Leah would get into a fucking fight on air? Did you guys ever question why Joe was still live streaming with Dave a year and a half after him and Leah had a big blowout online and they said things to each other? Like, yeah, I bet you probably were, but like, what makes you think that somebody didn't handle their shit off air or say? And I did handle it on air, to be honest. I fucking told Dave how fucking.
Publicly and privately, that's what people don't seem to understand, is that Ken and I speak. So we don't need to fucking air our grievances publicly. We'll speak privately, but if we think that we need to further address it, we'll speak publicly. And guess what? We're still talking now, right? Because we still have that level of respect, including understanding that there will be disagreements, there will be opposition to thoughts, there'll be all these different things that won't necessarily make us, buddy jump. Like, we're realistic. There's certain things that we'll eventually disagree with. We have different personalities. So is that not to be expected?
I don't know, man. All I know is like fucking somebody fucking
Ballpark Pretzel, who has a wrench. That sounds a place like the place I'd go visit. Cronin said that Ken's wife faked her cancer, and I do remember that actually. He claimed that Ken didn't know because, again, Ken didn't remember the fucking name of the fucking.
I thought it was Sloan, whatever the fuck, or some shit, and I mentioned the wrong name.
Well, he can't remember it. Clearly, he's just lying.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Ken has proved himself to not be a scumbag, so we already know that he'd never lie about that shit because it's something that's fucking extremely important to him and something that, has affected him greatly. So he would not do that, and to insinuate that is the insult. To say that. And why? Because he was mad at you, Ken. I don't know for what reason at that point, but again, to go to that level, again, it's very similar to Scott in a sense, because again, if you can't actually get traction with the truth, you're gonna throw out lies and try to fucking convince other people that somebody's a scumbag.
Horse curd. Remember that? Holy shit.
That was a fucking clip.
Yeah, listen, things have all been said. I've said horrible shit. People have said, I've let all that go. I've honestly let it all go. And like I said, I don't have hatred towards any one of these fuckers, bro. I really don't. But obviously this shit means a lot to them, A guy like Scott, this means everything. And that's why I'm not willing to play along with somebody this is so detrimental to, that you say the wrong thing.
Yeah, even if you don't, you're still, he's watching you so obsessively that, again, you slip. I wouldn't even call it a slip up, but you mention something that instead of walking on eggshells, thinking constantly, again, unless you're forced to think about Scott, but what would he say, or like, what was going to trigger him? If you just talk normal, he's going to be watching. He's going to be obsessed and be like looking for the littlest thing. Like you said, the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, you must be referring to Nova Scotia, where I'm originally from. He's looking for these excuses. It doesn't matter what it is. He just wants.
Can I say
he doesn't like?
Those same people that are in there saying, "Oh, how could Ken and Dave be friends when he said this about his wife and blah blah blah." Okay, so are you saying that about guys like Scott, Scott and YR coming together? Are you saying that about them? Are you saying that about Scott and Jacob RP? Are you saying that about Scott and Mars Mira? Are you saying that about Scott and anyone else? Well, I don't think so, right? But you're saying that about us. How come there's a double standard in that? How come you're not over there saying to Scott, how could you be friends with this guy when he said this, and that about you? No, you're not saying that over there, right? But you say it over here because that's your only thing you can say over here is, oh, how can you be friends with Dave when he got into a fight with your wife 3 years ago out of nowhere, one time? Do you notice? Do you see how stupid you look?
How many times I get in a fight with fucking Leah?
I know. Do you see how stupid you look when you say something like that? That's why you get the reaction you get when you say stupid shit like that. That's why you get that reaction, because it's like you're over here saying that, but you're not over there saying that to that person, right? Or the other person. No. It's the only thing you can say over here. That's the only thing you can say of why me and Dave shouldn't be cool with each other. Because he said something about his wife 3 years ago once. If I was as fucking narrow-minded as you people, I'd be a guy named Random in a chat saying stupid shit that everybody's like, what a retard. See, that's the difference. See what I'm saying? That's the difference. So, it's pathetic. Fucking pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. In the world and what's going on in this world at this point, you motherfucking weirdos are fucking worried about that? Like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Clearly, these people don't even drive or have cars and, have to insure those cars, because people who live normal lives are certainly feeling the crunch of that, or, you know, food costs or housing, heating. Like, these people, they live in some sort of fantasy and probably very coddled and protected in their mom's basement. But again, just very pathetic people.
Yeah, it is. Double
But
standards.
again, I'm not. Neither of us even, you know, think about these people. We're thinking about the bigger picture. What's going on in Israel and how we can conflate into literally a regional war, which may even, again, don't think for a second that this can't go into World War III, potentially. Because, again, if it keeps getting pushed, there's a potential that this, and they've always, like, people have always feared about this, because Israel has nukes. And if they use them, then first of all, the Saudi Arabians are going to reveal they have nukes, which they do. Iran is going to reveal that they have nukes, which they do. And that whole region's just going to fucking erupt, which is potentially going to require some sort of response from Russia and America, which then could ignite into another nuclear war. So this is fucking dangerous shit that we should be fucking focusing on. And it's partially a distraction in the sense that because they're also trying to distract from the failure in Ukraine, domestic policies all around the world. Because, again, everyone bases their money on numbers, no longer on gold. This fiat currency doesn't mean shit, and every day the dollar is worth less and less. People don't see the big picture. Ken and I love to talk about this sort of thing, but
Dave, check this
we'll have
out.
to save it for another show.
You ready? Check this out, what I'm going to show you right now.
Oh, no.
If you haven't
More
seen
update.
it.
I was trying to shift the...
Well, look, take a look at this. This is Joe Biden's brother right here. This is Joe Biden's fucking brother right here, right? And look at this fucking guy. You ready? Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at this fucking guy, dude. Look at him. He's in the fucking... Dude, he's on some...
That's Joe Biden's brother?
That's Joe Biden's brother. Cock Diesel. Literally. Fucking weird shit, dude. Really weird fucking shit, dude.
That whole family is weird. His, I think it's his daughter, admitted that she took inappropriate showers with him, and that she thinks she was even raped and stuff. Because, again, it was, I guess, so normalized in that family that she thought sleeping with her father was normal. And then, like, later on, it was like, hold on, nobody else does this stuff. Maybe he raped me. So, yeah, it's some disgusting... That whole family is disgusting and disturbing. Again, Jill Biden, doctor. Again, it's not even a real doctor. She was... How life fucking circles around, Ken. She was the babysitter. She was 14 years old. 14 years old. Leave her alone. And... Biden, whose wife at that point, I think, had cancer, he hooked up, well, actually prior to that, he hooked up with the fucking babysitter. Jesus. And then she died, and then he married her.
Yeah, that's normal. Hook up with the babysitter.
Fucking disgusting.
Real fucking normal. You know, it's not a fact of if you could hook up with that 16-year-old babysitter. It's the fact of that you would. It's the fact that you would. You know what I mean? It's the fact that
while your wife is fighting cancer.
Well, not only that, like, you could go out and tag another million chicks, right? Grown-ass women. But the fact that you'll sit there and you'll fucking date or fuck that 16-year-old, that makes you the asshole and whack job that you fucking are. You know what I mean? That's the problem. It's not that you can or you can't do it. It's the fact that you will do it. You know? It's disgusting. It's like, dude... You know, why would you want to even... Why? Why would you even want to? You know? But... I don't know, man. You end up on the registry eventually, so hey, whatever.
But yeah, I think you want to wrap up. I've had fun being on this show. Again, the Israel thing is certainly something that's on my mind. Again, I'm thinking the bigger picture just like you do.
Yeah.
Not the stupid drama shit. But, yeah, I appreciate you taking my call. And, yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon, Dave. Thanks, bro. All right, the devious one. Day. Spray K. 47 every day. Yeah, nobody harassed you, YR. Relax. You're not allowed to be on with Dave? Is that what it is? If you go on with Dave, then you get threatened? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You go on with Dave or Danny? I have a feeling if Danny called into a different stream other than mine, that person wouldn't get threatened. Right? It's just conveniently distributed around. You know what I mean? Conveniently distributed. But hey, to each is to own, man. I don't judge anybody. Like, go fucking do your thing, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Like I said, you know, if people want to fucking look at this as, you know, as being that serious, then go ahead. You want to threaten kids and all that? Go ahead. I don't really give a fuck. Meow Meow, enjoy yourself, brother. Go check out Meow Meow's stuff with the shoes, everything, man. He fucking gets some sick-ass products. I enjoy watching you, like, buy those things, dude, because it makes it, like, I almost bought it in a way, you know? And trust me, I would buy a million Nikes, a million Jordans, because I have my eyes on a couple of Jordans that I'm dying to get, but I just don't have the funds for it yet. So it's fun to watch you get the shit you get, because it's like I'm like living through you, vicariously, you know? So shout out to Meow Meow in the chat. Thanks for being here today. Also to everybody else in the chat for hanging out today. All the scumbags that came in too, because I took off the whatchamacallit, the blocking thing, just because I wanted to like see what scumbags would climb out from under the rocks. And they did. They did all right. And they always make these stupid comments like, can't believe Ken would be on a call with a guy who fought with his wife once 3 years ago. It's like, dude, you're so lame. Is there anything else to fucking say? Will you ever have anything else to say? Never, because you can't think of anything else. You know, it's piss poor shit. But all you guys, man, thank you for being here today and checking it out. I just wanted to, like I said, come on and talk about the shit that's going down in the Middle East. And I didn't have a problem talking about drama. I don't have a problem hitting on drama when it's on my own watch. I'm not going to do that to my friends on a Saturday night that are here to have a good time and unwind from a week fucking worth of work and bullshit that you got to put up with in life. I'm not going to go and piss on that and be like, no, fuck you guys. There's no fun tonight. It's about me and my beef. I'm not doing that to them. So that's why I don't fuck with it on a Saturday night, you know? But if it's on my own time and on my own watch, I have no problem addressing any drama or doing anything that people want to hear from me. And like Goon said before, if they want to, like, you know, listen, it's not the first time that concept has been thought of, you know, getting people together with a, you know, and nobody yells over each other and everybody has their time to talk and the other person's mic is muted and then you have a referee in the middle. Like, it's been thought of a billion times, right? So it's not too original. But hey, if people want to see that from me and they come to me and say, no, I would like to see you address this or say or speak about that with that person or this person, I have no problem doing that at all. At all. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Plain and simple. But it seems like there's a couple of people out there that hate the fact that I'm cool with Dave. And I think that they would be cool with me. They'd be in my chat and they'd be probably a part of what I'm doing if I wasn't friends with Dave. And like I've heard people say to Scott, well, Scott, you didn't do that to me, so I'm cool with you. Why can't I say that to somebody then? If he's allowed to do that and not be questioned by you very same people, right? And you don't sit there and say, well, how are you fucking friends with YR? And how are you friends YR with him? Or how are you friends with that, talking to that person when you were scared shitless of their threats and this and that? How come you don't say that to them? Obviously, it's one-sided. Now, if you're fairly out there and you're fairly, like if Scott was like fair at calling people out for legit shit, right? Fairly calling them out instead of sitting there and doing the same thing that you're calling other people out for, then there would be validity behind it. And I would say, you know what? Maybe I should address what he's saying. But there is no validity behind it because you know what? He does the very same thing that he's accusing other people of doing and having a problem with them doing it when he does it himself. It's okay for Scott to be friends with whoever the fuck, right? That he wasn't friends with to begin with. It's okay for that, but it's not okay for other people. And then you 2 or 3 people, like you fucking 2 or 3 weird fucks that will only call other people out, not him. It has no validity to it, because if you're not going to call it all across the board, then you have no right to be calling it out on any individual person unless you do it for everyone. And obviously you motherfuckers don't do that. Because you'll sit in my chat and say, how could you be friends with Dave, a guy who argued with your wife 2 years ago? And you don't say that to YR or any of those guys, right? Fucking weird, though. Double standard bullshit, as usual. So, but I'm glad we worked that all out, and I'm glad now I know when the attack's coming. It'll be on Thanksgiving. So thanks for letting me know that. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay. Okay.
My neck.
So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys, everybody in the chat. Shout out to all you guys. Have a good rest of your night, Monday night. Enjoy football tonight. And have a good week. I'll see you guys during the week at some point, maybe Wednesday night, Thursday night. Peace out, everybody. Thank you. God bless. I'm going to get back to harassing people.
Yo, 16 years old and I get it. Let me see how that 16-year-old let it. Let me go on Omegle. Try to get down with Omegle with a fable, yeah. Trying to cover it up. Looking like a half man, half slut. Dating 16-year-olds, that's up. Wanna touch your kids if you leave me alone, all alone on the microphone. And I'm home with your kids and it's all going down. Would you trust me? Would you let me into your house and meet your kids? Would you let me see what it's all about? But you wouldn't really do that up the mouth. Cause you know what I'm all about. Double standing ass bitches shitting in the mouth. Shitting at your mouth. Double ass standard ass bitches. Fucking phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. Shout out to Tommy MC.
NC 2010. NC champion. NC.
Shout out to the girls.
Baja Soda. Baja Soda. Baja Soda. I want some Baja. Baja Soda. Baja Soda. Baja Soda. Some Baja. Baja Soda. Baja Soda. Baja. Want some Baja. You want the Baja.
Donuts.
You want the donuts.
I'm in the best shape of my life.
I'm in the best shape.
I'm in the best shape of my life.
Now. I'm in the best shape of my body.
Donuts.
Donuts. Donut.
Donuts. Donuts.
Donuts, bitch.
Donuts.
I get the donut.
Donuts.
I get the donut. The best shape of
I'm in the
my
best
life.
shape of my life.
Halliburton orchestrated the BP oil spill. Baja Soda.